I'm pretty in pink,
Indeed.
but by golly, I'll beat the crap out of you.
Welcome, one and all, to the Display Shelf Podcast. This is now episode 11 of our podcast, so we made it over the episode 10 hump. We're into double digits. Let's keep things rolling, because we've got a pretty special episode today. I'm, of course, joined by my co-hosts, Garrett.
Hola.
And Mr. Jacob.
Good evening, good evening. A very summery evening, you could say.
It is. Let's slam this podcast.
It's the biggest thingy of the summer. The biggest podcast of the summer. Maybe. Maybe not.
Maybe.
There's only one way to find out.
In my unbiased opinion, it is. So
I think that it is.
Yeah. Well, if you couldn't pick it up from either, the title of the episode or, our super hilarious comments, we are reviewing SummerSlam 2025 in this episode today, similar to how we did WrestleMania back in episode 4. We did the results of that.
Indeed.
But of course, it wouldn't be the Display Shelf Podcast without our true segments.
Toys.
So we have a collection check-in, which sounds like it might not be a very long one.
Probably not, no.
When you guys want to kick us off?
Go first? Jacob, you want to go?
I actually have a few things. So should I go last then, do you think? Or
Sure.
Yeah,
however you want to do it.
I'll go first then.
Okay.
Because I have like two things. So, first thing, I guess you and I both picked at least one of these up, Garrett. The Marvel and Star Wars trivia cards.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Those are pretty cool, and I was doing some thinking on it just, before we started the recording. We could implement that into the podcast at some point and do a trivia segment. Or even just use that as one of the games. But
yeah, that could be the game. There you go.
Yeah, so in the future we might make use of that. The only other thing I picked up to my memory was the Lego Fantastic Four versus Galactus set.
There you go.
Haven't even opened the box. Haven't had time to make it because of work and other stuff. But
I have been sitting on 3 Lego sets that I picked up on clearance at the Walmart that I have not had the chance to build yet. Period. They're still in the box. It's pretty bad. This has gone back multiple months.
Of course, that's how Lego goes.
That's how it goes.
I still have the one from when we went to Grand Rapids. It's still unopened, so.
Oh, yeah.
It's been a little while.
Just a little bit.
It was not the Great Deku Tree. I did not buy that one.
Oh, the Great Deku Tree.
It just haunts you.
We're waiting for that sale.
Waiting for the sale. Yep. But yeah, that's really all I have in terms of collections. It's been a light week, or a light couple weeks.
There you go. Honestly, same for me. I do have an order coming from Hasbro. But it's coming through DHL, which I'm assuming that means that it is coming straight from a warehouse in China. So, do with that information what you will. I don't know why I phrased it like that. I'm really tired. I'm trying to get the webcam on to do the gimmick. Okay,
I was going to say, because you're cutting in and out here real quick, at least on my end. But that might have just been the webcam on Discord, so.
Yeah, that might have just been Discord. Number 1, Ultimate Edition, Jey Uso. Yeet. Indeed. It's a nice little figure. It's cool. Today, I went out and found two things. The first of which is the G.I. Joe Legacy Collection Firefighter, which is actually really cool. Has a lot of posability. You would not think it when you look at him, but chunky guy can move. And by chunky, I mean just a lot of suit. Fireproof suit. And lastly, fresh from the Walmart clearance section for some reason, the retro-carded Revenge of the Sith Commander Cody from Black Series. On the good old Revenge of the Sith card back, which has already been opened. But I have not taken the figure out yet for some reason. So, there you go. That's it for me.
Fair enough. Your time to shine, Mr. Jacob.
Okay, all right. So I have the exclusive Thing figure from Pop with the spacesuit I got at Target. Well, I was there with you guys. We got that.
That's right. I forgot.
Not a bad figure. I still unbox. So was the Marvel Legends Invisible still in box. And I cleaned up my room a bit, so I put them on my shelf. So I've got those two to add to my collection. And I opened probably 4 or 5 more packs of the Star Wars.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
They had some more. And you can only get 2 per time you go, so I got like 2 at a time. And I got some cool stuff. Like, I kind of figured out, like, I actually watched a video on how to play, and it kind of looks like it'd be fun to play and kind of interesting to play if you get a big enough deck to play with.
So that's
yes, they're all from
a big enough deck.
Yeah, getting a big enough deck to do anything with it. And it's the Legends of the Force. It's the fifth expansion of Star Wars Unlimited. So some highlights. I got a couple. There's a couple unique ones. So like every pack. So I got a couple hollows. Every pack has a hollow at the end. Like the heirloom lightsaber hollow, Jedi in hiding hollow, and one starfighter hollow. That was pretty cool to get. My best. There's also hyperspace cards, which it's like a kind of like full art in Pokemon, but like less rare. But it's like, so you get like, they say the odds are 2 out of 3 packs, like you'll get a hyperspace in it. So it's like, instead of just the normal borders, like the borders are like that's a full art, and it's like hyperspace effect to the sides. So it's kind of a cool thing. See that I can. So I have I got like a Sith Legionnaire hyperspace, Forged Starfighter hyperspace. My best pull is I got a hollow hyperspace Magistrate Scout, which was pretty cool. So it's both hollow and hyperspace. That was kind of a cool thing. And my second best pull is I got a legendary. Let me find it here. I have it on my website. I tracked all my cards on the website. It's a great website, StarWarsUnlimited.com.
Oh wow!
Yeah, you can track it on there. I got a legendary Leia card, which is apparently legendaries are 1 in 8 to get them in a pack. So that's probably my best pull was a legendary Leia.
Okay.
So I will gladly take it.
There you go.
So those are my best pulls. I got a couple hyperspace. And the odds were about right. I think I got like every other pack I'd pretty much get a hyperspace. So, and I think you can also get like hollows of rares and legendaries. There's also a showcase variant, but I think it's like 1 in every 12 boxes, like actual boxes, you get a showcase card. So I'm thinking I'm not getting that one anytime soon. But it's cool. It was kind of cool to see the card arts and kind of learn what the things on the card meant. But yeah, so that's what I've gotten so far the past couple weeks since we recorded last. I got some stuff. I'm surprised I actually got quite a few things. So we'll take it.
Wait, sweet. I know this.
Oh,
sorry.
You gonna say something?
I was saying one more thing. I was gonna say one more thing. Sorry. That it is a lot more fun. I like Pokemon cards, but I think it's more fun getting 16 cards in a pack. Like, I like getting more cards for your value. Like,
How
you
how
get
many
like
cards are in a
you get
Pokemon
like
pack?
16. So you get like 10 in the Pokemon pack.
Interesting.
So you get 16. So it's kind of nice. I like getting more out of my, and then they're both the same price. I like getting, I mean, I guess Pokemon's worth probably more, but I like getting 16 in a pack. It's nice. And it's kind of cool just like, and then that way it'll be easier to get a set you can play with if you have 16 in a pack instead of 10.
Right.
But
So-
I did notice there was a pack that had, oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I did notice there's a thing. I'm trying to think of what the term is for this thing, but it's like when you go to when they make the cards in the factory and like the boxes like that are sold at the same place, like the cards can repeat in the packs like that are next to each other. And I've noticed that happen too with one of my unlimited packs where like I had 3 of the same cards in the same order in one pack and another pack. So
Interesting.
it's kind of a bummer when that happens, but I've noticed that happens too a lot with Pokemon cards. Like when me and Isaac open a pack, it's like, oh, we got the same thing in a row, like 4 times.
Yeah, that happens way more often than it should.
Yeah, I think that's like some printing error, or I think it's like it's like kind of like I think it's called an error technically, but I think at this point it's kind of just practice now. Like they just happen all the time. I wish it didn't, but I understand that in the factory it happens, but not complaining because I think a lot of these cards you want to have multiples of. So
Right. All right, I'm going to say something bold. For a future episode, we should learn Star Wars Unlimited and try to play it during a podcast.
That would be interesting. That would be interesting.
I'm already on my way there.
How many cards would you need to actually play a game? Because I've got a pack.
I believe so more than that. I believe it's
Darn.
around 60 cards.
60?
60 card deck? That sounds about right.
All right.
Let me look it up for just to make sure. These are people who play like with 60 cards. I think they sell deck box with 60 cards in them, like Spotlight decks with 60 cards in them.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so a minimum of 50 cards. So you can have more than 50.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah. So you, at least 50.
Like...
And you have to have one leader and one base card.
Okay.
And you get one of those in every pack.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
We might have to try this.
Keep an eye out. Maybe we'll make an episode of it.
We got to figure out how we're going to play it, if we're just going to get together or what we're going to do. But
yeah,
or webcams over
could be one of our video episodes, perhaps.
Oh, the first ever
record the board.
Oh gosh, yeah. There you go.
Keep your eyes peeled, folks.
We'll see.
We shall see. Speaking of seeing things.
Oh. Good.
It's been a pretty heavy media week for me. That's part of why my collection is so short. So I will let you guys go first before I talk because I've got a lot of things to talk about and something to rant about. So.
Oh, here we go. So am I going first, or Jacob, do you want to go first since you went last time?
Yeah, sure. I can go first. A couple things actually for me. I watched the first season of Reacher on Amazon Prime. I do enjoy that. I haven't watched many shows like that. I'm not really a person to binge a show, but I don't know. I felt like it the last week. I felt like doing it. I did it, and I watched the first 2 of season 2, and it's enjoyable. I think that like the story is kind of cool. Like kind of just like turn your brain off and like see some cool fights and stuff like that, and just like detective work and like military things like the military work and stuff like that. So that's been nice. I think that's really been the majority of it. I think lately, I've just been watching that on Prime. And then I'm trying to watch some more of the skits from Tim Robinson of the I Think You Should Leave skits. So I've been doing that on the Netflix. They have like 3 seasons worth on Netflix of that. So I kind of gradually make myself through that. That's been good fun too. But that's it for me.
There you go. So on my side, and I'm sure we'll discuss it a little bit with no, Isaac mentioned it before the podcast. I did watch WWE Unreal on Netflix, the reality show. It was good. It was pretty good. It was interesting to watch. Kind of makes a feller wonder about a couple things, but we might discuss that after Isaac gives his thoughts. And maybe even a little bit of our SummerSlam speculation or talk. I don't know. What else have I been watching? I am on season 6. No, I have finished season 6 of Arrow and am watching season 3 of The Flash. It is a fun time. I'm not watching any of the other shows, which makes crossover events a fun time. So yeah. Lastly, I have procured and read Batman Hush from Jeff Loeb and Jim Lee. What a phenomenal Batman story. And
Heard that one's pretty good.
yeah, this one is phenomenal. Like, genuinely, I had a hard time putting this one down. Like, I bought it was it the Saturday that we were watching SummerSlam?
I think so, yeah.
I bought it then. I finished it. When did I finish? Not yesterday. It was Saturday. So about a week. While chunking it up into issues. So, yeah, fun time. I'm going to follow it up with Under the Red Hood. Finally read that one. And then we'll see where we go from there.
There you go.
All right, Isaac, what you got?
There you go. All right, so I have a few things to talk about here. So first thing, I did see Fantastic Four First Steps again on Friday, I think we'll call it, because my family hadn't seen it, and so we went. And in my opinion, it still holds up very, very well past the, the initial hype, which I had mentioned in the previous episode when we talked about it. So you can go back there and hear my full thoughts on that movie if you missed it. But I was a little bit disappointed because the rest of my family, both my mom and my dad were like, I don't really know how I feel about this movie. And generally speaking, that's code for, hey, I know you like this movie, so I'm not going to say that I didn't like it, but I didn't like it very much.
Yeah.
My dad specifically, he said, I liked the story that they were telling. I didn't like any of the actors. And I was like, what? Because that was one of my favorite parts about it was the performances. But
I don't think it was, and I think we talked about this last week, I don't think that it was the individual performances that necessarily stood out. It was the chemistry of the actors as like a family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Honey Pete.
But yeah, long story short, it really holds up in my eyes. Not forgetting that comment, by the way. That's coming back later this episode.
What, Honey Pea?
Honey Pea. Yeah, that's coming back.
No one says that and gets off scot-free.
Nope. Nope.
I don't even know why I said it. I tell you what, I am underslept and undercaffeinated tonight, so bear with me. It's going to be a heck of a podcast episode.
It should be a fun one. But yeah, long story short, I really like Fantastic Four. It's still actually one of my favorite MCU movies, so there you go. All right, so now we're going to move over to my big rant here. And so, we've been including, games that we've been playing in this segment for a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So, Black Ops 6 just dropped its newest season, specifically the final zombies map of the game. I have some interesting thoughts. I'll keep it spoiler free because, it just came out and Jacob and I haven't played it yet. Or together. I've played it.
Yes. Spoiler free, please.
Spoiler free, yeah. So what I'll say, the map is pretty good. There's some elements of it that I like. There's some elements of it that I dislike. But overall, I'd say it's probably my fourth favorite in the game, which is, okay. It's right in the middle of the pack. But what they did with the ending, right? And I won't go into detail of it, but they for Black Ops 7 need to, the gif of the guy on the beach that's playing the piano that's on fire. Yeah. That's what the writer's room for Black Ops 7 Zombies needs to look like, because they did something and they really need to convince me that it's okay for them to do.
Oh, I hate
because
that.
In my eyes, what they did was that chapter had closed, like fully, and then it's like, we'll put it this way. I saw someone on Twitter say it like this: they're jingling keys in front of a toddler. It's kind of how it's playing out. So I don't know. They got to do a lot for me in Black Ops 7 for me to be okay with where they're going. But other than that, they took the story and some of the characters that they've written, and kind of, brought it around the house and shot it. The story in this map is awful. And it ruined so much of what I was excited about. I'll say this one, and Jacob, you'll understand this. Liberty Falls is irrelevant. Outside of the intro cutscene is basically irrelevant. You can skip that Easter egg and still pretty much know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Which sucks a lot.
Yeah.
So I
agree.
And so I have a theory too about something. This is completely just me making things up in my head. So one of the core points of the story is a character named Maxis, one of my favorite characters in fiction, actually. And so my theory for the whole game, is going to culminate her returning, and all this cool stuff was going to happen with her. But in my head, there was that voice actor strike earlier in the year where they, in their contracts, they weren't being covered for AI protection. So a lot of the voice actors stepped away. And the voice actress for Maxis didn't come back. So they kind of had to pivot and write a different way for the story to go. That's entirely my theory. There's no proven thing there, so that it's kind of ruined how the story looks right now. So other than that, though, I can appreciate the map itself for having two full bosses, two full unique main story bosses, which has been really cool. One of them's pretty easy, and the other one I'm still trying to beat. I think I'm on like my fourth attempt at trying to beat him, and it is rough. So there's that. So that wraps up Black Ops 6, the rant over for now. And so the next thing, we talked about WWE Unreal. I liked it. It made me appreciate a lot of the stuff that they're doing. Because I've always looked at the WWE as, it's people playing characters. I never really bought into the, these characters are these people, you know what I mean? Like, I always knew it was a story that they're trying to tell, so it didn't, take me out of the immersion, I feel like it could for some people.
Right, definitely.
So in Unreal, when they, did Jay and Charlotte's episode with the Rumble, it made me appreciate both of those wins more, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
And then the story with Punk and main eventing, I teared up a little bit during that episode.
Yeah, there you go.
When they were backstage and, Triple H and him were talking, and she was, you've always been a main eventer. It just never happened. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I always knew you were a main eventer. That whole conversation made me tear up a little bit, because I was like, oh man, this is so real.
Some might even say.
So.
All right. Anyway.
It's unreal.
It might even be unreal.
It
unreal.
I feel like it was a good show. I feel like, how do I word this? There is a new level of kayfabe. You know what I mean? Where, like, me personally, I don't know about you guys, but I'm very much in the not in the weeds, in the loop on some of the more backstage stuff. I sit and I listen to Meltzer on the radio, stuff like that. So I feel like there's like what we're seeing on WWE TV, and then above that, or below that, however you want to hierarchy it, would be Unreal, which is still controlled by WWE, but is a little bit of a peeling back of the curtain. And then there's everything else, right? Kind of makes me wonder about the Rock and like some of that. With some of the reports we were seeing around that, kind of makes me wonder, okay, how much of Unreal is real versus, whatever. And it also kind of makes me wonder if some of the, like, there was the whole episode with Jay about, like, having a crisis of confidence and stuff like that going into WrestleMania. And it kind of makes me wonder, and this is my pro wrestling skepticism head, you know what I mean? Kind of makes me wonder if that whole thing wasn't a work for Unreal. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I see what you mean.
Yeah, so it's interesting because you're like, I don't even know what's real anymore. Which is pro wrestling in a nutshell. It's the ultimate blend of reality and fiction.
Yeah. That's why we love it.
Indeed.
Indeed. The last thing I'll talk about for the media section, and it kind of falls under media, kind of doesn't. That's why I saved it for last. So I went to the Monday Night Raw before SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Down in Detroit, which was, you know what? This was a really interesting experience, and I'll cliff note it because, don't want to talk about that for too much. We got a lot of wrestling to talk about. So I went with my brother, who knew basically nothing about wrestling at all. I just kind of dragged him along because I didn't have anybody else to go with. So we were in the car, and I was like, so do you know any wrestlers at all? He's like, well, I've heard the name CM Punk before, but beyond that, I don't know. So it was kind of interesting to be in the crowd. It was a very different experience than the one we did for SmackDown.
Yeah.
Because obviously, the three of us, I'd say we're all pretty passionate about the show, and, we're really into it and everything. And so my brother, not knowing anything about it other than the things I told him, it was kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he was into it by the end of the show, but it was like, so the first thing that happened aside from the the main event matches and whatnot before the show started, was Jay coming out.
Yeah.
Like, the first thing of Raw was, well, not the first thing, because they did the Hogan thing first. But the first, like, big moment of the show was Jay coming out, and so everyone's eating, and I just look over at him, and he's just kind of standing there, like, slightly waving his arms. I'm like, huh.
Brother, you got to get into it.
That's what I was saying. Like, but yeah, so Cliff Notes for Raw. There was the match that was a mixed tag between Roxanne, Raquel, and Dom versus AJ Styles and the Kabuki Warriors.
Right.
Which that was cool to me because, Kairi's one of my favorite wrestlers. So I was like, well, I don't know if I'll get to see her. And then they announced that match. And that was awesome. Got to see the rare Kairi Sane spear, which is a really good spear, by the way.
It is, yes.
And then they did a spot where AJ threw Kairi over the top rope and she hit an insane elbow on Raquel outside. And it looks really cool on the footage looking back, like on what they aired. But in person, that was nuts. Like, that was kind of the only time in the show where I truly, went crazy, because that was awesome. And then there was the 8-woman tag match, right? 8 women, yeah. Of who was it? Chelsea Green, Naomi, and the Secret Hervus versus Stephanie, Io, Rhea, and Nikki Bella.
Yeah.
I think was the 4.
Yep.
Yeah, there's like a 4-minute video on my phone of those 4 entrances because they all did back to back to back to back.
Right.
And that was really cool because you can hear me flipping out about Io. I was like, oh my gosh, it's Io, yay. I didn't say it like that, but like,
right.
That style of thing. But I will tell you what, however loud you think the pop for Rhea Ripley is, through the screen, it is louder in person. Like, I could not hear myself think.
Wow.
When she came out. I turned to my brother and I said, in a loud yelling voice, I said, this is insane. And even back in the recording, you can barely hear me say that. And I was, 2 feet from my phone. So that was a real culture shock. And then, so the last thing I'll say, because there was, other stuff that happened. It's a 2.5 hour long show, but for the sake of time, so the main event was Jay versus Bronson Reed, and then Roman came out, and Braun Breaker came out and everything, which was really cool. But so at the end, my brother and I were walking out of the arena, and he looks at me and he goes, Jey Uso's kind of lame. And I was like, yeah, welcome to the Jey Uso experience. He's got a really cool entrance that a lot of people love, and then after that, he doesn't do a whole lot.
Oh, man.
What?
And we will come to talk about that here pretty soon, I think.
I think that's the first match, so if we want to jump into it, we're pretty much right there.
Yeah, as long as you don't have anything else. The only other thing I gotta say is that we all did go and watch The Naked Gun, and I gotta say,
oh yeah,
movie of the year for me.
Oh yeah,
I
you're
won't
right.
even lie.
That's so funny.
That
was really good. The Cody Rhodes jump scare is hilarious.
That is funny.
It's like, oh yeah, there's Cody Rhodes as a bartender wearing a really poorly placed wig.
A really bad wig. Really funny. But yeah, I guess that brings us into SummerSlam.
Yeah. And one thing looking at this, I just noticed that the first match was 21 minutes and 10 seconds. Wow. That's longer than I thought. And that match,
there's an epidemic of long matches on this show.
Yes. And that match in question was the first match. We had a good lead in there. I botched it, but you know what? Just like Jey Uso sometimes. All right. We had
I was going to edit
I'm
out
not
the
a Uso
giant
hater, I
bit of
promise.
I'm editing out the giant bit of silence, so like you didn't have to acknowledge it, dude. No, I'm kidding.
Speaking of acknowledging,
You should acknowledge your tribal chief, Roman Reigns. There's Roman Reigns and Jey Uso defeating Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed with Paul Heyman. I can't express that enough. With Paul Heyman by pinfall. By pinfall.
Indeed.
Now, this seems like a. I don't know. This seems like a. I don't want to jump ahead too much, but this seems kind of like a surprise based on something that happened later. But I don't know. I guess it makes sense that they want to see Breaker and Reed down a peg just for the moment, but I'm sure it won't stay that way. But
Right.
But yeah, I'm most surprised at the time. That's a long time. I didn't realize it was that long.
Yeah, I'm pulling up notes and Wikipedia and all sorts of stuff over here. I thought it was a pretty okay match. I'm not going to say that this was like the best match on the card by any means. I kind of forgot that it happened until I rewatched some of it earlier. Let me look at my notes. Braun Breaker is excellent. Give him the belt. That's it.
Yeah.
I think that one of the best bits of this match was him having pulled down the straps earlier, putting the straps back up on the singlet, and then taking them down again.
oh, that was excellent. Good bit.
It was peak. That was absolutely phenomenal. Roman's dive over the top rope. I don't want to call it a Terminator dive like Kenny Omega because it is not that, but it is an excellent dive. He overshot that dive, which is very impressive. But yeah, that was really cool. Other than that, I thought it was long and pretty drawn out for what it was. With Jay kind of being the weak link in the match.
Yep.
Part of that. Sorry, there's an ambulance or something going by. Part of that being like, you got two other guys in that match with a spear as a finisher, so does Jay really need to hit his? You know what I mean? I gave it 7.5 out of 10. And really, the more that I'm sitting here thinking about it, I think it's a 7.
That's about where I was for it, too, because, there really wasn't a whole lot that I could even remember about the match, because, full disclosure, I really don't remember that much of SummerSlam, in terms of how the matches actually went.
Right. Like I say, I had to go back and rewatch some of it there earlier today.
I probably should have, but I didn't.
Right.
But the one spot I do remember with this match was them going through the barricade.
That was a good spot.
That was good. So was it Roman that hit Braun?
Yes.
Through the barricade? Yeah.
Maybe. Let me see if I can find it.
I think that's what it was, because I remember Breaker was limping afterwards because of that spot.
Right. Let's see here. Wikipedia does not say anything about a barricade. Continue talking while I Google it.
But I do love me a good spear through a barricade spot. It always gets a pop out of me. I'm like, oh yeah, that's awesome. But, especially to see, you know what? Roman was taking a lot of spots. More than I thought he would.
I was going to say, I feel like he did more in this match than Jay did.
Yeah. And he took that spear at the end, too, pushing Jay out of the way, which actually, that was a really good character moment, I thought.
Right. I would agree
He
with that.
took the spear in Jay's place, and then Jay went on to win the match.
He did. I really Like, I'm trying to find that information on this match. It is bothering me. But anyway, yeah. It was weird to me that Jay, the guy that they've been kind of building up over the past 6 months, kind of felt like he took the back seat in this match. But I mean, I don't know what you do with Jay from this point forward.
He kind of already got like the big kahuna win already. So it's kind of hard to do any more with him.
Right. Like, I feel like he got WrestleMania and we were kind of like, okay, good for you. But I don't know. What do you think is next for Jey Uso?
That's a good question.
I really don't know, other than, maybe you put him back with Jimmy, and then they can go back to tagging.
Yeah. Would you?
Yeah. I mean, not to get too meta here, but generally speaking, wrestlers will sign a contract to where their spouse is on the same show as them, and Naomi's on Raw now. So in theory, yeah. Jimmy could be moving over, and that's how they reunite and become tag partners again. But I don't know. That's just a theory.
Would you?
It's reasonable. I mean,
would you want them as part of? Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, you can go ahead.
Would you want them as part of the Raw tag division? Which is pretty much just, what, New Day and Judgment Day?
New Day, Judgment Day.
Vikings, War Raiders.
Yeah, War Raiders when they want them to be. And that's really it.
Or, hear me out. What if you throw them on SmackDown? Get main event Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso. Put them back together as the Usos and throw them into the SmackDown tag division. And give that division more of a spotlight. That could be
great. That could be good. But as we'll talk about later, that division is already pretty crazy.
Right. It is, especially, yeah. I mean, it's a stacked division, and it's awesome to see. Because I'm a sucker for good tag team wrestling. I have not.
So we'll see what they decide to do with Jay.
Yeah, I have not been able to find who put who through the barricade. So sorry, guys.
I think it was Roman to Braun, but I might. That's what we'll run with then. And then if we're wrong, oh well, it was a cool spot either way.
That's our canon event. I mean, that's canon event now.
It involved Roman Reigns. That brings us to our next match.
Awesome. Okay. So I think I'd also give that a 7. Just so you know, just the if we're keeping scores for those matches today, I would say 7 too. So next was the Women's Tag Team Championship with Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, who are BFFs, as we all know, versus the Judgment Day. But Judgment Day this time consisting of Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. And they were defeated by pinfall.
Now, what do you think?
You can call me biased, but I really enjoyed this match.
I was going to say, I'm kind of getting him out of the way here.
Yeah, we got to get our bingo card for the Bliss glazing.
Yep.
Because that's what this is. They're champs, and that's pretty neat, I think. Although I'm a little I don't want to say I'm upset because, your favorite person wins a championship. That's great. That is, it's great. But it's the women's tag division, which just sucks.
Yeah.
So I'm just, kind of nervous going forward unless they want to run with the storyline of, Charlotte and Alexa having a fallout.
That's what I think they're
because their relationship is rocky as is.
Right.
Which I gotta say, I love their dynamic so much.
I do too. It's being played very well.
It's interesting. It is. Yeah, they're doing a great job with it. And it's really interesting because if you remember back in, I don't remember if it was episode 3 or 4, but when we were talking about Charlotte's WrestleMania match, I said something along the lines of, I don't want to see Charlotte with a championship at all.
Right.
And now I'm like stoked that they're tag champions.
Yep.
So they really did a good job with this storyline of getting Charlotte back on the fans' side.
Yeah, and I think that part of that comes down to not only the relationship with Bliss on screen, but also they've been doing a kind of tremendous amount of PR off screen as well with Charlotte.
They have, yeah.
And she's been very open in interviews and things like that about mental health, and there's a whole Players Tribune article about, quote, being Charlotte Flair, right? And I think we've all been like, okay, I agree. I understand where you're coming from, but on screen, it's still a bit of, Charlotte Flair and whatnot. But now it's like, okay, so we've done the off-screen work, we've done the on-screen work, and now everybody's happy that Charlotte Flair's a babyface. And it's awesome.
It is
Good
awesome.
for her. And
yeah,
that Players Tribune article that she wrote was tremendous.
Yeah, it's good to see one of the best female wrestlers ever finally, well, not finally, because she's, but get back on the side of the fans.
Yeah. Indeed.
Because she deserves it.
Indeed.
But yeah, the match itself I thought was pretty good. There's some really good spots in there. I loved the finish. The finish was really good, in my opinion.
Yeah, the finish with Bliss doing the Sister Abigail and Big Boot to Raquel from Charlotte at the same time, pretty cool.
Yeah, and the way they shot it, you kind of thought, because Alexa had punched Charlotte in the face a few minutes before,
right?
You kind of thought, oh, Charlotte's gonna come back on her, their relationship's gonna fall apart,
right?
And there you go. But so it looked like she was gonna kick her in the head, and kicks an off-screen Raquel Rodriguez instead, and then Sister Abigail, 1, 2, 3 new champs.
Yep.
It was somewhat. I saw some people comparing it to, I believe it was Bray Wyatt and Roman Reigns.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
That spot.
I like
it was
that.
Somewhat similar to that, which was a cool little callback if that was the intent.
I hope
it was just missing the point.
Because it did kind of remind me of that in the moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Jacob, what did you
I
think
thought, and this is...
Oh, sorry. I'm like...
Post-match.
Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. So the Raw afterwards, they had the Judgment Day do the rematch.
Yeah. And
it ended exactly the same with Alexa pinning Roxanne. So I'm just kind of thinking, like, why? I guess. What was the point? Just to get it out of the way?
I mean, that would make sense.
And
but...
it gives more fuel to a potential Liv and Roxanne feud going forward. Because she can be like, not only did you lose me my tag title, but in your chance to make up for your mistake and win it back, you messed it up again.
Right.
Other than that, yeah, that's really... What was the point?
Right. Other than having a match on the card.
Right.
Which I think is the reason for a lot of like title rematches and stuff, but I won't go there.
I think this is the right people won. I mean, I think this was kind of how the story had to go, at least at the moment. I think the Judgment Day is a shell of itself, and it has been for many, many months, and probably even a year at this point. So the Judgment Day was actually a shell of the Judgment Day too. So it's like a shell of it at this point.
It's like one of those wrestling dolls.
Exactly like that. It's a shell of a shell.
The big one is Edge, and then it's Damian Priest, and now it's Finn Balor.
Yes, exactly. just feels like that's not going anywhere positive anytime soon, you know.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm happy with the result, and I do want to see Roxanne Perez get more work, but I don't know if I want it to be in the Judgment Day. I want it to be something else.
I want to see her versus Becky for the IC belt.
That's an idea. I like that idea. I would be down for that. I just think that I don't want her to be like another one of these Judgment Day, like, oh, Dom is so cool. He's Dom, right. You know. I don't want that. Please no. Like,
you gotta keep.
He's had enough.
The problem with this whole thing right now is that you kind of have to keep you kind of have to keep the Judgment Day together until Liv gets back, and to that point,
can't disband.
Right, you gotta build Roxanne in particular. I would not mind if they built Raquel as well. But
yeah, if they build if they build Roxanne as a competitor against Liv, that would be pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking that they'll do. I wonder. I don't know.
It'd be cool if Raquel turned against Liv and was just teaming with Roxanne. That'd be kind of cool too, a kind of cool twist, but I don't see that happening, but just food for thought.
I do see that happening, actually.
Yeah.
Really?
I think that's the exact direction they're going to go. They're going to outcast Dom and Liv once the storyline all wraps up. That's where it's going to go.
I think that the only problem with something like that is if you're going to have Raquel and Roxanne continue to be a team after the eventual Liv Morgan-Roxanne feud, who is in that tag division? Because, I don't see Charlotte and Alexa lasting as a team past the Royal Rumble. Maybe Elimination Chamber.
No, me neither.
I
Even
feel
that, I would go, if they want to be active with the championship, I'd say before the Royal Rumble it has to happen.
Like the breakup, you mean, or the match?
Yeah, the breakup. I think, well, not necessarily the judgment, like Alexa and Charlotte breaking up.
Right, yeah.
That should happen sooner rather than later.
I don't think so. Because where you're at right now, we were just talking and gushing about Charlotte Flair as a babyface, right? You have got a team here that has the potential to give... There is a dynamic here that gives the potential for a really long story that could actually be cathartic and worth it. Kind of think of the Sami Zayn with the bloodline, right? We're at the point where even though they have the titles, it's a very much a tentative, yeah, you can hang out with us, but we're watching you closely. Or in this case, it's, I've got my eye on you, and you've got your eye on me. We've got to get to what I will refer to as the T-shirt moment, which is that promo where Roman Reigns is like, why are you wearing the Bloodline shirt? Rips it off of him, all this. You can't wear our shirt anymore because I got you one of your own. And he's officially the honorary use and all of this, right?
I forgot about that. Yes, you're right, yeah.
Yeah. And it's one of the most, you're like, oh no, it's over. And then it's not, and you're just happy that everybody's all, together and all of that. You could do something similar with Charlotte and Alexa, I think, where you build up this very positive feeling, and then something happens, and somebody decides, you know what, this isn't good for me, or whatever, and then turns. I think it's Royal Rumble, and I think in the meantime, you could build the women's tag division around Alexa and Charlotte. Call some of these...
That's fair.
Call some of these teams up, or some of these women up from NXT. I don't want to say just put them in tag teams, but you know what I mean. Form tag teams to go after these belts. You could make the women's championship the most prestigious that it's ever been because you've got Charlotte Flair at the top of the division with Alexa Bliss. And I think that, I mean, even looking at, was it Monday with the cake? With Charlotte and then Alexa and the little fawn underneath?
Friday. But
Friday.
Yeah.
My bad. That could be the basis of Alexa Bliss turning heel on Charlotte.
Yeah.
Which, if you do it right, could be earned and people could enjoy it.
I'm down for that too.
Anyway, this match was long. A lot of quote-unquote heat, which made it very slow-paced. The high spots were the high spots. They were good. I don't think that the friendly fire bit with Alexa was necessary, where Alexa punches Charlotte was necessary. But Lord knows it'll be used in a video package for WrestleMania or whatever.
Yeah. Remember this happened?
Yeah.
Remember this?
Really good finish. I also like that, really like the Code Red spot with Alexa breaking it up with like a neck breaker. It was cool. That being said, 6.5 out of 10.
Lower than the last? Did you have 7 last one? Wow.
Yeah, I had 7 for the last one, 6.5 for this one. Both of these matches were just long, in my opinion.
Yeah, this one was at a
long,
13:30.
Like long and slow. Like, I mean, John Cena Cody was long, but good long. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that one had to be long.
Yeah. That, and I feel like the crowd was pretty quiet for a lot of night one. But yeah.
I was going to bring up the crowd later, but yeah, the crowd for this SummerSlam in general sucked.
I think that
you think it's because it was an outdoor?
Yes, I do.
Partially, but I could talk more about it during Becky Lyra because that's where the real gripe comes. But there were a lot of matches where they just weren't paying that much attention. It kind of felt like.
Yeah,
there's specific examples in Becky Lyra, so I'll hold off on that for now. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
crowd
go ahead.
Crowd took away a lot of my enjoyment of this PLE, to be honest with you.
Wow. I think that most of that might be due to the open air, because there was
it definitely played a part.
Yeah, there was a very similar issue with WrestleMania 35, which was in the same venue. But when the big stuff happens, even in this pay-per-view, they're loud for Punk Gunther. They're loud for Cody Cena. I think they were decently loud for Tiffany Stratton and Jade. I don't think that they were as loud as they could have been, but, you know. So, yeah, I don't know. The crowd was definitely weird here.
There's not a lot of weird crowds lately, though. I feel like just off. Like if it's an international crowd, they do a pretty darn good job, I think.
Yeah.
But some states crowds, they just don't got it. Seems like.
Right.
But also the open air. I think the open air makes the biggest factor. It's the open air.
I think that that's definitely part of it. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, the crowd was quiet because of the thing. I don't believe that. I think that the crowd was probably somewhat quiet for the actual wrestling. And I think that's another thing with the... All right, time to put on my wrestling nerd hat and say something weird here. I think that part of the reason that when we're during these matches and the crowds are as quiet as they are, because we saw it with when we went to SmackDown. The crowd was pretty dead for the Alexa Asuka match. It was pretty dead for the Randy Sammy match until you get to the high spots. I feel like WWE has trained the WWE audience to respond to high spots and to respond to shenanigans and massive storyline beats, which is not necessarily good when you're trying to put on 30-plus minute matches. How long was Roman? And it's a 21-minute match, the first tag match. And they are pretty quiet for the whole match, except for the high spots. So, yeah, I don't know. Versus like if you look at like versus like if you compare it to AEW All In, which I know different company, different storytelling, all of this. But the AEW audience is trained more to respond to the wrestling and the storytelling in ring. Stuff like Hangman Page using a particular weapon, or hanging Moxley with the chain and stuff like that. They're responding to that more than, or I'm trying to figure out how to word this. Like Omega Okada, they're responding more to Okada not kicking out of the one-winged angel, but getting out of the one-winged angel, like reversing it, than this audience would. Period. So I don't know. It's a different product, though. So
yeah, and I saw someone talking about that too, where, like, you know, the kicking out of the finishers and the no selling and whatnot for AEW, you know, people respond differently to that there than they would in WWE, because like someone kicks out of a finisher in WWE and it's like, whoa, okay, right, that's crazy. And then you go over to AEW and it's like, all right, cool, you know, we move.
Depends on the finisher and depends on the person. Yeah, I will say
absolutely.
Because, like, I mean, the one-winged angel has only been kicked out by, I think, one guy in the history of the entire move. What else? the buckshot normally doesn't get kicked out of from Hangman. I don't know. Maybe I'm full of it. But we're not here to talk about AEW. Because if we ever do have an episode on my relationship with AEW, boy, it's going to be a long one. But that's not today, because we have Cross and Zayn is up next, and there's a lot to talk about around this match. I would argue more than to talk about with the match.
Yep.
Oh yeah, the match was we kind of predicted this too as we were watching. You know, I think that wait, was my mic cutting out?
No, you're good.
Okay, cool. Sorry. I was thinking like of course what happened is Scarlett carrying Cross. Was it released or not renewed contract, or what was the situation there? They're not with WWE anymore.
So okay. So what has officially happened is Cross says that his contract is up. Fightful's Select reports the same, that the contract was up on the 10th, which is yesterday at time of recording. He drops this giant documentary, and within the documentary, on YouTube, there is footage of WWE, which had to have gotten their permission for it, and he's basically saying, "Yeah, I'm not signed back." They've been moved to the alumni page, all of that. They've got t-shirts up on Pro Wrestling Tees. The additional reports that are coming out surrounding this, and this is a compilation of Meltzer, Fightful, all of these guys, is that usual protocol around somebody's contract expiring was not followed. So there was no extra notice given, stuff like that. A bunch of the reports are basically insinuating that it's a work, that he's not necessarily leaving the company, but that it's like this large, elaborate work. The more that time goes on, the more I disagree, but I'm interested to you guys' thoughts on this.
Well, I think if it was a work, it would make a little bit of sense, because if they're putting that as like the final goodbye of Karrion Kross, they didn't put much thought into it. I didn't really seem to care very much. But I mean, I kind of like the like Scarlett and Sammy kind of talk there. I thought that was a good thing. I thought an interesting thing to do.
Right, with the pipe.
It didn't really go anywhere per se, but it was kind of just the fact he threw a pipe in the ground was funny. So that made it worth the match. That made the match worthwhile.
Right.
But it just seemed like it was like done too soon to like be his final goodbye. Like it seemed like there was no thought into like, let's do something special for Karrion as we release him, and which I guess is not always the case for everybody, but right. I feel like you get a little bit more than that. Like 8-minute match and a loss. That's brutal.
I mean, as is tradition in professional wrestling, you lose on the way out, but this match was say the line, Bart, aggressively fine. I think that they were going for a huge pop. I think they were going for a huge pop when he threw the pipe down, but it just didn't land. I didn't really care about the match. I don't think anybody really cared about the match.
I think we had a bigger pop in the room than the stadium did.
Only because we
were laughing about the pipe falling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only because we were adding the metal clank sound, or the pipe steel falling sound to it. In the room, in Isaac's basement, we're YouTubing clips of the giant metal thing hitting the floor. It's great. I counted 3 cross back bumps, by the way. Anybody got a different count than me?
I think that's what I remember as well.
3. It was 3 for sure.
Yeah. I mean, if Cross is gone, I'm going to say something, and this will sound terrible, and it's nothing against him as a performer. It's against the booking. It's against all of that. If Cross is gone, then it is a send-off that is fitting of his run.
I was going to say the same, yeah.
Like, kind of like irrelevant, kind of.
Wow. Okay.
Irrelevant's kind of crazy, but yeah.
Wow.
Something along
Know what
those
you'd say?
lines.
Wow. No.
I'm putting words in your mouth now. Was that what you'd say?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying...
I know.
I'm saying...
It's good.
Mid.
Yeah.
Mechanically okay.
I was still too harsh there.
Yeah. Mechanically okay, but ultimately nothing of substance.
Mechanically okay, aggressively fine.
Right. So, do we think that Cross is still with the company?
No. No, I don't think so.
Isaac, what do you think?
Yeah, I really want to believe that it's a work, especially with how Cross does things.
Right.
But I don't know if the WWE would really go that far, you know what I mean? And it sounds like there was a lot of backstage heat on him. You know, a lot of creative differences and a lot of, you know, maybe not so good relationships. So everything points to it not being a work.
Yeah.
But there's always that sliver with Cross. You just never know.
Absolutely. But how much of that is him versus how much of that is WWE?
Right.
And like the post-show thing of the crowd chanting, "We want Cross," and all of this, and them just kind of downplaying it. I don't know. I would be interesting if we see like a Ron Killings type of thing, where they bring him back here in about a month or so. I don't know if the release is a work. I would like to know if the release is a work, but ultimately, or it's not a release, it's a contract expiration. If we were having this conversation about Drew McIntyre, just pick the name off of my sheet here. If we were having this conversation about a Drew McIntyre or CM Punk or somebody that's in that upper mid-card main event tier, the conversation would be, oh, it's got to be a work. Instead of, could be a work. You know what I mean? So, I don't know.
Right.
That, it's like, what are you going to do with Cross? Like, I'm sorry, I don't feel like he's got enough character. I don't know. I don't know where you put him if you do this giant elaborate work and then bring him back. You know what I mean? I don't know where you put him. I don't think you put him in the main event scene.
No.
The IC? I mean, who is IC champ right now? Oh, no.
Dom.
Yeah, no. No, I don't want to see Cross and Dom. That match would be terrible.
No, it would not be very Not be a fun one.
Nothing against Dominic. Karrion Kross's in-ring is kind of boring.
It is.
As we found out with this match. Anyway, 5 out of 10.
Yeah, that's fair. Because I think the turn but Sammy throwing down the pipe was probably the most predictable thing ever.
Yep.
It's like, oh, Sammy, which that's a whole other issue. I think it would have been good for Sammy to hit Cross, I think, because Sammy's character right now, I don't care. They want to give him a title push, I don't care. They want to run him as the underdog babyface like he's been doing for the past however many years, I don't care. Him turning there would have made him interesting to me. I don't care about Sami Zayn right now.
Interesting.
So, I think Sammy should have turned. But, that's just me.
I have this weird thing with Sammy where I'm like, oh, I see him now, as it stands right now, as the evergreen babyface, but not necessarily the evergreen babyface of the main event. Which is sad, because yes, I do think he needs a little bit of something to him. I don't necessarily know if he needs to turn heel. I feel like we've got enough heels on Raw, but
he doesn't even necessarily need to be heel, I don't think. It just there needs to be a little bit more grunge to it, A
little bit more edge.
Give him a little bit more character than, oh, I'm the happy-go-lucky, always good guy. Like what they're doing with Cody. Almost, where, he has those moments of, all right, I'm going to beat the crap out of you because, you've wronged so many people.
I'm going to nearly kill Kevin Owens in a ladder match because I need to keep my belt, and this is the only way to end this. Yeah.
Yeah, give him a little grunge. Give him a little attitude.
Indeed.
All right, next match up is Tiffany Stratton defeating Jade Cargill by pinfall for this WWE Women's World Championship in only 7 minutes and 5 seconds. What do we think about this one? I will defer this one to somebody else.
Isaac, I think I went before you on the last one, so go ahead.
Okay. So I think the match itself was fine. It's pretty good. But I think there's a level of, I don't want to call it power scaling because that's kind of crazy, but the way they have Jade built up at this point, she only took one PME, by the way. Prettiest moonsault ever.
Yep.
Only took one of them. And then just to be beaten like that, not only, it's Jade Cargill. They've built her up to be, her,
Right.
But she also won Queen of the Ring by defeating, I don't remember who she beat in the first round, but Asuka and Alexa Bliss, who are both like, in the kayfabe, they're very strong wrestlers. Like, that's not somebody you beat and just, blink an eye at, especially Asuka. So to then just have it be a 7-minute match, taking one finisher and that's it. No shenanigans. Not that I wanted there to be shenanigans, but
right. Just
one PME, which gets kicked out of fairly regularly, I think.
Right.
Or at the very least, it takes more than one. I don't know. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I enjoyed what we saw, but we just didn't see enough.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my thoughts.
I really enjoyed this match, actually. So I completely understand where you're coming from. I do think that I don't like using the term protected in professional wrestling. You know what I mean? So this overall, I think this was a good match, other than the Alabama Slam botch, which I think
that was pretty bad.
This is the only match today that I watched all the way through without skipping anything, because I was like, I frankly don't remember a whole lot of this match, because this has been like a week since for now. So I went back and watched it. I think it was a good match. Or I really enjoyed the match. I'm actually impressed with the way that Jade was used in this match in terms of the in-ring moves and stuff like that. 7 minutes is the sweet spot, I think, with her. I do think that there should have been a little bit more... it should have taken a little bit more to put Jade away. But I also wonder, because right before the moonsault, there is an avalanche Jaded that gets countered by Tiffy. Don't know why I just called her Tiffy. I guess that's what she must be called, right? Shoot name. Jade lands right on her head. Like, I went back and watched it. I rewinded like 3 times. She lands on her head. I almost wonder if it was, okay, do the moonsault, get out. Because have we seen Jade since?
I missed SmackDown, but I think so.
Okay. So
I think she was on there somewhere.
Maybe that wasn't it, but either way, I think that the combination of dropping her on her head and the moonsault could have potentially put her away. But I see your point. That being said, I like this match. It was a hard-hitting affair, other than the botch with the Alabama Slam. I have written here, great match, wish that the crowd was louder. And then give each of these girls 3 years, and this could main event WrestleMania. 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed this match. Tiffany Stratton, I don't know how else to phrase this. She looks like she takes a lot of stiff shots, like both like delivers them and takes them in the best possible way. Like when you watch this match, when you watch her match with Charlotte, which was like ready to devolve into a shoot fight, I believe. And then if you watch hers with, was it Trish Stratus at Evolution? It was just, they're going out there and they're beating each other up, and it's awesome. And I like it. The dichotomy of the Tiffany Stratton character. I'm pretty in pink,
Indeed.
But by golly, I'll beat the crap out of you. There's the intro.
There you go.
Come up with something.
He's intro farming. Yeah, I guess I don't disagree with the length. I guess it's fine. Just, a little bit more. Nice. Not to you.
Jeez.
I shall provide no comment. Oh my gosh. Anyways,
I just wanted more damage done to prove why Tiffany should win.
Right.
That, and my other thing is the result too. Where do you go with Tiffany from here?
That is
what's next?
I'm a little bit concerned.
Another Nia feud?
Nia Jax
Oh
is
my
back.
gosh. She's on NXT though now, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
for now.
There you go. For now.
In terms of rules, there are no rules. So I'm thinking it might happen again.
That is.
Whereas with Jade, you could introduce some new feuds. So I don't know, and I think.
I mean, I almost want.
I loved the cat. Right.
Because I mean,
I'd heard rumors of after SummerSlam, but I don't know.
If you shuffle the roster, you could arguably do Tiffy Kyrie, because we're teasing the split with Asuka. You could do Tiffy Asuka. You could do Tiffy Io. My gosh, that would be a good match.
Maybe Tio.
I mean,
Tio.
Liv.
What's
Rhea,
your uncle have to do with this?
Yeah, I was like to say that's the uncle match right there.
I don't know. That's my thoughts at least. But yeah, I mean, it was definitely not the call I was expecting, but I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing.
Yeah, it just depends on what they do next. My last thought about this match was that as good as the cash-in was at Evolution, and I'm not trying to take away from that, but I feel like having that happen kind of took away a lot of the weight that this match was supposed to carry. Because I was supposed to be like, okay, Naomi and Jade have been, beefing for a long time. We know Naomi has the briefcase. She could try to screw Jade over here, and that would make it interesting.
Yes, I think that
But at this point, it was just a 7-minute title match that had good moments to it.
Right. Yep. Yep. Pretty much.
Pretty much.
You guys summed it up pretty well.
Yeah. I mean, I still stand by that it was a good match. I don't know if it was the right call. Guess we'll find out. This is one of those things like something that we'll talk about later, the John Cena heel turn, where it's like, okay, this is what we're doing now. I want to see how it plays out.
Yeah, pretty much.
True. Yeah. Now, there's something. Now, the next match is pretty interesting. So we got a tag team with Drew McIntyre and Logan Paul, and they take down Randy the Viper and famous wrestler Jelly Roll by pinfall. Jelly Roll held his own, and I liked his angle of he was so badly hurt and then he comes back. I like that angle. During the match, I should say, during the match, and then getting taken off by security and medical staff, and he's like in his field of rage, he just gets so much power. He comes back in. That was kind of cool, and the fact that like you said,
I think it was more determination.
Yeah, it's determination. And then I like you said, Garrett, during the match, you're like, I kind of like the giddiness of like Jelly Roll, like not wanting to tag Viper, and he's like, hey, let me do it, I'm doing like that kind of energy he was bringing to the table. Like, I got this, Viper, don't worry. That was kind of a cool thing.
Right. I think, and this is what I have written down here. The wrestling character that Jelly Roll played was interesting, and I'd like to see it on an actual wrestler that we could build up over a couple of years. You know what I mean? Because, like, his whole thing was, I'm not a wrestler, I don't really know what I'm doing, but I am determined and I'm going to try. And he got the crap kicked out of him as a result. And lost the match because of it. But yeah, like, I think that could be interesting. I'm going to use the word. I think it would be interesting if you give that same character to a jobber or somebody that you have around that works pretty well, but ultimately loses in the end. You can kind of build him up over a couple years, and then eventually he gets like this baby face. I don't know.
Yeah, I like that idea a lot. It just kind of, is the crowd going to stick with him? that kind of thing.
Right. I don't know if I mean, me personally, I don't think I would have given that with to Jelly Roll, but okay, cool. I think the match itself was okay. It was,
I mean,
it was better than I was expecting it to be.
yes. It was, I have written here, slow and methodical, which is code for dragging on just a wee bit too long. Which is a lot of Randy Orton matches. The Logan Paul splash looks really cool from about all of the angles that you can find it at. 5.5 out of 10. Better than Cross and Zane.
yeah, I definitely think it's a 7.5.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. There are certain parts of it that hit well, and I don't know. I think I'm just disappointed that nobody threw a Prime bottle at somebody. I'm kind of disappointed about that. That would have been a cool part. I mean, of course, obviously, it wouldn't make sense. I mean, Logan Paul was in it, so it makes sense. But that's just me doing the classic fantasy casting. But Jelly Roll, I can't say I disliked his appearance. I'm glad. You know what? I'm glad he was there. I'm glad Travis Scott was not there. We'll say that.
Yeah.
Good substitution for Travis Scott.
Yeah. I'm leaning closer to Jacob's score as well. Somewhere around a 7, go up or down. Yeah. For what it was and, what the expectation was. Because let's be real. It's a celebrity match.
Yeah.
Celebrity gimmick match. It's not going to be a 5-star instant classic.
Right.
So I don't really judge it with the same, because, if I was like, okay, this is, the full on, 4 full wrestlers and stuff, I would have been like, okay, yeah, it is closer to that 5.5 mark.
Right.
But given that what it was and what it was supposed to do, it was pretty good. It's pretty good. There were a lot of good spots. Jelly Roll held his own.
He did pretty well.
Yeah.
I almost wonder if they're bringing him back for something.
I think they will, because before I start talking, Jacob, you had something you were going to say?
Oh, that's okay. Go ahead.
So I was going to mention the What Do You Want to Talk About podcast with Cody Rhodes.
Oh. Okay.
Jelly Roll went to Triple H and was like, I want to lose this match and take a pin.
I did see that, yeah.
That way there's always that door that's still open for him.
Right.
To come back and, have that drive to get a win. So I think there's a good chance we see him again at some point.
And I kind of hope that they bring him back, because that, like I say, that's an interesting story. I'd like that to be a full-time wrestler that has that interesting story personally, but having Jelly Roll do it with a win, I think would be really cool. So right now I'm saying 5.5, but it could be a 6 depending on where they go with it. There you go.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's fair. Okay. Now we got a pretty big one here. We have CM Punk taking down the defending champion, Gunther, by pinfall. And that was the conclusion tonight. Nothing else happened. It was great. It was a great time.
That's it.
Yep.
That was it for the night one. It was a really great ending and nothing else. So, this was a long match, and I think it had to be. And I wasn't against it being long, and I'm just more surprised that Gunther, who I feel like is basically unbeatable, like I feel like he's winning every time. I'm surprised he lost, but I'm not against it. I kind of was getting the Gunther fatigue, Yeah, that's my thought.
Yeah, I see where you're
I'll
at.
knock out my thought here real quick,
Yeah.
just so I can get her out of the way. I've been on record of being incredibly bored by Gunther matches. This is no different. I really did
I was
not.
wondering about that.
The entire time we were watching it, I was yawning and not really. I totally didn't end up paying that much attention to it, if I'm being 100% honest, because I was very bored every time I did. Up until pretty much the table spot, I really was just, okay, chop, chop, submission attempt, chop, chop. I was very bored. So I don't have high marks for even as someone who loves CM Punk. I just can't get into a Gunther match. And so that's my thoughts on this one. You guys go ahead.
I'm curious where you put it out of 10.
I don't even know. I didn't think about any kind of ratings for any of these matches. So, objectively, good match.
Right.
My style of match, I don't like it very much. So, my rating would be biased one way or the other.
I think I have a lot of notes written down for this one. The first of which is this. This is a very technical match for better and for worse. It is slow to get going, but by the end, it felt like the win for Punk was very earned. They went to war, and it was a war of attrition. Then a bullet point down. If you're into technical wrestling, you'll really love this match. Otherwise, dear Lord, it is long. That being said, I kind of dug it on the second viewing. There's a lot of really cool submission spots in there, a lot of cool reversals, stuff like that. It's a very technical affair. That being said, a lot of the spots between spots, if you will, were very long. So I'm putting it at a 7.5, 7.75. I'm going to the quarters at this point because I can't make a decision. So 7.75. But the cash in was phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. I would say 6.5. Yeah, that's reasonable.
Yeah,
one.
there you go.
But yeah, actually, I lied. I'm a big liar. There actually something did happen afterwards. Something pretty major. We have good old Seth Rollins, who, he's hopping on it with his canes and with his crutches, he's super hurt. He came out just to taunt good old CM Punk. Just kidding. It was all a fake all along. He spreads he does the classic spreading of his crutches and says, F those, I can walk no, takes his brace off. He goes right in the ring with his old Money in the Bank briefcase and cashes in on CM Punk for a 10-second reign, which is kind of funny. It says 10 seconds on the match time. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
But, yes. I think this was, I think we were all, we were kind of, were we kind of split or kind of like just like back and forth on if it was a fake or not? Because I don't know. I guess I didn't think about it being a fake, but it made more sense as we got close. As we got closer, it made more sense to be a fake or a work. So
yeah.
But initially, I wasn't sure.
Yeah, I mean, I always kind of thought it was a work, just because I was like, there was too much chatter around it for it to be anything else. You know what I mean? Like when we're talking about the media, there were too many people saying too many different things to the point where I was like, kind of the same with the Cross situation, where I'm like, nah, this is a work. To the point that it was like very cathartic when he threw down the crutches, which was a cool moment.
That was a really cool moment.
We gotta be careful, though. I'm gonna use this phrase just as somebody who's a complete pro wrestling nerd. Lest history repeat itself, we have to be careful working the boys. You know what I mean? Like if you're working other wrestlers into believing that you're injured, I don't know. Maybe I'm BSing. I don't know.
I'm with you. There's a fine line.
There is. I'm interested
in it.
Yeah.
We'll see if, maybe this one crossed it a little bit.
I don't think it did. I think that
I personally don't think it did, but
yeah. I don't think that an injury angle crosses the line of can this be kayfabe? I think injury angles happen all the time. I mean, they're dating back who knows how long. But like, not to dwell on the cross thing, working a contract release is kind of weird. If you were to work that sort of thing. But working an injury, I think, is fine, but they really made it look like a shoot. But, yeah, it was interesting.
I'm going to defend the cash in here real quick, too, because there's some people that say, oh, why didn't Punk just run out of the ring? It's like, okay, you could do that, but A, this is the WWE. Not all of the story and the character moments are going to be 100% logical, right? We're playing for the moment, whatever. 2, he just went through a 30-minute match where he was getting slapped around for the majority of it. I don't know if he physically could run out of the arena like that.
Correct. Yep.
So anybody that's just saying, oh, Punk should have just left like he did whenever that was, I don't remember off the top of my head.
Like Money in the Bank?
Just
2011?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. It's like, yeah, get over yourself.
Right. I mean, yeah, it's a war of attrition with Gunther. I wouldn't be able to run after that.
No.
I wouldn't be able to walk with that. That, and I'll go as far as to say that there was a lot of the submission moves and things that targeted the back and the legs of Punk more than anything else. So, maybe it was selling.
Exactly.
Good cash in. Very good. Very good.
Very good cash in.
Amazing cash in.
Indeed.
Very happy with that.
Indeed. That brings us to night 2.
It does indeed.
Night 2.
Which starts with Naomi, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky in a triple threat match for the Women's World Championship, with Naomi pinning Rhea Ripley to retain the title.
Well, that's interesting.
It is.
But
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No, you're good. I was kind of just thinking, but not a terrible option, I would say. I'm not complaining.
I think you needed to in this case. I think that Io has a very strong role to play in the women's division going forward. I don't think that this triple threat was even close to the WrestleMania one, but it was still very good. 7 out of 10. It's kind of all I've got.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say too, is that it'll sound like I'm being a hater for saying it was just all right, and I was low-key expecting more of it. But you look at what it was up against with the WrestleMania triple threat, which is, I would honestly put it in my one of my favorite matches of all time at this point.
I
so
kind of agree.
Yeah. You can't really measure it up to that.
Yeah.
In terms of your expectations. I think the finish was good. But
I don't remember.
Yeah, that's pretty much. If I remember right, Naomi's out of the ring for one reason or another. Rhea hits Io with a riptide, is about to beat her. Naomi comes back in, rolls up Rhea, and wins the match.
That's right. Yeah, no, I remember that. That was good.
Exactly how I think that match should have ended.
Yes, I agree. Naomi is a good
champion. She's a good champion, yeah. And that still fuels the fire between Io and Rhea, because, Rhea's whole story, I can't beat Io.
Right.
Even though she's had the opportunity to several times, but it's been stolen or yada, yada, yada.
Right.
But then you're still keeping the belt on Naomi, which is where it should stay for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
And with Rhea taking the pin, hopefully that means she doesn't get a title shot for a little bit.
Wait. Nothing wrong with Rhea, but, she's just been in that scene for a bit too long. I think I mentioned it last episode. Yeah. I want stories for the women that do not involve a belt. And I think Rhea Io could get there.
Yeah, 100% it could. And it should.
Yeah.
That's really all I have to say about this match, to be honest with you.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of, mine was short and sweet too. Like
this next one, though. Oh my!
Wow, that's a lot of names. It's a lot of names.
Lot of names there. Am I reading them out? Or
get your reading glasses on. I have no idea. I can if you want me to.
I forget what we said before we started the podcast. I can read them. Okay. So, it's the Wyatt Six, represented by Dexter Lumis and Joe Casey, defeating all of the tag teams from SmackDown. Those being Andrade and Rey Fenix, which is a cool team, I guess. DIY, Fraxium, Motor City Machine Guns, and the Street Profits. In a giant TLC match that was off the frickin' chain. I'm going to get it out of the way. 10 out of 10, although I disagree with who won.
10 out of 10. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't disagree.
I
9.5.
Match. Yeah.
This is very easily my favorite match of SummerSlam.
Oh, this was match of the weekend, and it's up there for me for match of the year. I would say it's in the top 5 matches of the year.
Yeah, I'd agree.
I loved the spot where Rey Fenix just jumps on Andrade's shoulders and they start to reach the belt. I wish they would have spent a little bit more time with that. But we'll have to keep that in mind for the future, I guess. The table spots in the 4 corners of the ring were really cool. I have written here, everyone and their dog interferes. Which results in Candice LeRae atop a 20-foot something ladder, which gets pushed over. She falls into a ladder, which did not break her fall or anything. And then just falls on the floor, hip first.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of which, did you see the bruise that she has?
Yes.
Holy.
It's tough.
Man,
metal.
Well, yeah, it's a ladder. It's supposed to be metal.
True.
That's what it's
I
made
mean,
out
they're
of.
like they were some kind of
you
wood
said
or
it.
something, though. Where's the? Oh my gosh, so many reels of the match. Here we go, from her Instagram here. I mean, that's insane.
Yeah, it's nuts.
It's absolutely wild. She falls through that ladder and just eats it on the floor. There was no protection, no nothing. That ladder, I guess, was supposed to break or fall, but it did not. And then my favorite part of the match is that right after that, Johnny Gargano, from on top of the ladder, getting ready to reach up to the belt, kind of looks at her and is like, starts to be concerned, and then goes, "You good?" and gives her the thumbs up before he just gets back onto the match. It's the best part of that match for me.
It's so good.
Just let DIY be funny.
Right.
Like I'm not talking like babyface funny. I'm talking like a-hole heel funny. Could be great. Anybody got anything?
Yeah, because that was hilarious.
Yeah, that one was great.
There was a spot that I was going to talk about, but yeah. So they had, I believe it was Ciampa was on the
I forgot
on the briefcase,
about that one.
and he was hanging there, and him and Nathan Frazier were going to recreate the Edge spear spot.
Yeah.
But he muscled his way up and pulled his legs up at the last minute, and Frazier just goes flying, which was awesome. It
was a good subversion of that spot.
It was, yeah, because we were sitting there, because I think, yeah, this is night 2, so you and I were sitting in Discord, we were like, are they going to recreate the Edge spot? And then that happened, we're just like, oh, well, never mind.
Oh, cool. Can't believe he just, muscled himself up the thing. That was sick.
Right. And that was later in the match, too. So it's like, he already was going through it a little bit.
Right, exactly.
So that to have that ability that late in the match.
Yeah, good for him.
Good for him.
That brings us...
I don't hate
go ahead.
the Wyatts winning. I don't hate it.
I don't hate it, but I don't like it. And even in that match, I feel like they were the least involved team in that match.
They were, and it's kind of the one thing that irks me about it. Yeah.
I think it should just be... I think I even said this to you on the night. The Wyatt 6 tag team should just be Rowan and Loomis. Big dudes chucking guys around. I don't know if Rowan, can't work like he used to, maybe, and that's maybe why he's taken a bit of a, backseat role, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I did like the random chair shot.
Which random chair shot?
Exactly. But, there's one in particular. The chair just came flying out of nowhere and smacked someone across the face. I saw a clip of it the other day and started busting out laughing. I love me a good, just out of nowhere chair hitting someone in the face. It's funny.
You can't go wrong
with the chair.
Hit it with the chair. Can't go wrong. The chair. No, hit it with the chair. You can.
Okay, so up next is the no disqualification, no count out, last chance match for the Women's Intercontinental title. It is Becky Lynch defeating Lyra Valkyria. Yep.
So I'm in the minority. I liked this match, but I also just really like Becky and Lyra. They're two of my favorites, so there's a little bit of bias there. I do wish that it hadn't devolved to basically a street fight, because the story with these two has been that they've always put on great, wrestling matches.
Right.
But at the same time, the feud is at that point where they do want to just kill each other. So I understand why they went the route of the no DQ fight everyone type of match.
Yeah, but
my only real gripe... Oh, yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say that I am of the opinion that the blow-off match does not necessarily have to be a giant stipulation.
Right.
If the story of the feud is,
agree.
I am a better wrestler than you, then that should be decided in a wrestling match, not in a death match or something.
Honey Pea.
Honey Pea. I can't even believe that I said that earlier.
I don't know, but it's back.
It's back.
Just as it was prophesized. I've been trying to find a way to squeeze it in for the past, hour.
Oh, yeah?
So I was like, well, I said it had to happen, so I gotta get it in there. But, yeah, no, I 100% agree.
Yeah.
Honey Pea.
Honey Pea.
Honey Pea.
Jacob, any thoughts on this one?
Well, I think that the fact that it was last chance match, that's a bummer for Lyra for sure. I don't think that Becky's going to hold on to that much longer, but we'll see.
Right.
But I don't know. I thought I do like it. I kind of like the idea of stipulations, but this one seems like it's a laundry list of stipulations. Holy.
Yeah.
Kind of was, yeah.
It really was. What do I have written here? Fine Plunder Brawl. The crowd was kind of into this one. Not really, but...
No, this was the one I had the issue with the crowd with.
Yeah. I mean, the zip tie spot was kind of cool. And working that into the story of the match was kind of cool.
It was. It just went a little bit too long, in my opinion.
Yeah, in Bailey running in, I think, was not necessary for this match. But I get that we're trying to probably build her and Lyra. Which I imagine is her next feud.
I could see that for sure.
What's next for Lyra? So, it would be that.
It would be that, and then maybe start working towards the top of the card?
Maybe.
Because I'll tell you what, she's a darn good wrestler. She's over with the crowd. I don't see a reason why not, other than that she's still a younger call-up.
And I don't think that's a reason to...
No, it's not. I mean, look at Tiffany. She's been champion for 8 months.
I want to say that Tiffany and Lyra have a similar TV age for their character.
They do, yeah.
Yeah.
And not to go back to my Monday Night Raw experience, but
the
crowd was loud for Lyra.
Oh, that's good.
People like her.
I've always kind of wondered, and this sounds terrible, I've always kind of wondered if Lyra was actually getting that kind of a pop, or if it was like them doctoring audio. like I
Right.
say, that sounds terrible, but I don't know. But it's nice to know that that is genuine, because I do like her as a wrestler.
Yeah, she's great. She's quickly become a top 10 favorite of mine. So, yeah. So my issue comes with the crowd in this match, because it felt like most of the time they weren't even paying attention to the match itself.
Right.
And I'll take an example. I believe it was the guy from Stash Club Wrestling. Don't quote me on that, but I think that's where it was, because he was there. And instead of paying attention to the match, the crowd was trying to start the wave.
Oh, yeah. I remember
And
saying
That's
that.
tough.
One section wasn't doing it, and so they started chanting, this section sucks, and this section sucks, and yada, yada, yada. They were paying more attention to what was happening up top and, fighting with each other than actually watching the entertaining street fight-esque match that was happening.
A match so good, you're worried about the wave instead of the actual match.
It's just like, these are two of the most talented women you have in your company having a match right now. Pay attention.
Yep.
And so, yeah.
That being said,
a little angry with the crowd.
Yeah, no, I agree. That being said, I will state this opinion, and you might not agree. WWE tickets are expensive, especially for these PLEs. And they've only gotten more so over the years. If you pay for the ticket, and as long as you're not doing something that should get you kicked out of the venue or arrested, I think you should be able to do whatever you want at an event.
I agree.
Now, I agree that as a courtesy, there should be a respect to performers and things like that. But if I'm in a football game and somebody's starting a wave, I'm doing the wave.
Yeah, 100%. I am too.
That's fair. Totally fair.
But at the same time, to play devil's advocate, that other section completely had the same rules apply to them. If they don't want to do the wave, they don't want to do the wave, and they want to focus on the wrestling.
Exactly.
Yeah. Long story short, I wish the crowd had paid more attention to this match. And yeah.
Indeed. Yeah, the crowd seemed dead for a lot of the mid-card matches. I would say that includes the next match, which is the steel cage match between Solo and Jacob Fatu. I'm just going to get my thoughts out of the way real quick. Jacob Fatu carried this match. I don't want to even call it aggressively fine. It was just okay. 4 out of 10.
I can't even remember a single thing that happened in this match, I'm not going to lie. Other than the thing that happened post-match. That's it.
Right. I know that...
What happened post-match?
Do what?
What was it that happened?
Fatu did a moonsault off the top of the cage.
Right.
Oh.
And it wasn't even during the match.
Yeah, it was after the match was already over and he had already lost.
By escaping the cage.
He crazy. He crazy.
He is crazy. Yeah. I mean, just I didn't care for this match.
I didn't either. Nothing. It was very much a nothing match for me.
It was, which kind of sucks, but whatever. Guess that brings us to the Intercontinental Championship match with Dominic Mysterio defeating AJ Styles by pinfall in what has been deemed by the internet as the Eddie Guerrero tribute match. I loved it.
I loved it too. Match. It was great.
It was a fun little match. It was exactly what it needed to be. I like that we did the Eddie Guerrero tribute 20 years after the custody of Dominic ladder match. I like that.
Custody of Dom.
The double cheat spot was amazing.
That was great. That was so funny.
Everything that this match needed to be. And it was sub 12 minutes. I don't know. I didn't write down a rating for this one. Off the top of my head, I want to say a nice solid 7 out of 10. 6.5.
Yeah, 10's reasonable.
No, 7. Because I enjoyed myself.
7.5.
And it didn't happen. Sure. But that's just because I was incredibly biased and was like, I want Liv back, and if she's coming back, she's going to help Dom win the title. Or retain the title.
Right.
Because it's New Jersey. That's where she's from.
Oh, yeah.
Other than that, I did very much enjoy this match. And I liked that they kind of showcased Dom stronger than they have been.
Yes.
Because with him unzipping the boot, he had it all calculated.
Yep.
So it's kind of like he's not just this, lucky guy who happenstance won the title and has been getting carried by other people. It's like, yeah, he knows what he's doing.
He lies.
He's a capable champion.
Just like his dad. Oh, that might not be understood amongst the two. Anyway, it's fine. If you know,
I liked that part of the match.
Yeah, it was great. And it was a direct Eddie Guerrero tribute, so yeah, it was awesome. That's one wrestler I feel like I should go back and watch more of is Eddie Guerrero. But yeah. Guess that brings us to the main event then. Unless
the main event.
Jacob, did you have any thoughts on the Intercontinental Championship match?
No, nothing that wasn't already covered. I mean, hey, Dominic Mysterio winning though, great. I feel kind of bad for Styles at this point. I feel like he's not getting very good PR right now. I mean, I guess PR in the way of like not winning very much.
Right. That brings us to, why did I sound like a diesel engine in the middle of rural Michigan?
Gas that lawnmower up, brother.
Oh my gosh.
That
might be the intro.
Now you sound like Hank Hill.
Have you seen the lady that like is banging on that bus door, like the bus thing?
Oh, that's such a good video.
No.
That's what it sounds like. I gotta find that video and send it to you.
Oh, it's so good.
By the way, I completely forgot to bring it up during the What Did We Watch segment. The new season of King of the Hill is phenomenal.
Oh, I gotta watch it. I need
absolutely
to badly. I got the thing on my Discord with the Hank Hill, so I gotta watch the show too.
Yeah, man. No, it is excellent. It is like everything that you want a modern day season of King of the Hill to do.
I think didn't they get like a 10 out of 10 from IGN or something like that?
Yes, they did, which is very hard to do.
Yeah, that's very... Wait, now it's 8. What the heck happened? Oh, it's the old... Wait, the old King of the Hill got an 8 and the new one gets a 10? Holy schmoly, bro. That's insane.
Wow. I mean, if you're
That never happens.
I mean, if they're going over the entire 13 season run of King of the Hill, I could see why you would give it an 8.
That's fair. But yeah, I gotta watch it. 10 out of 10 never happens. So
yeah, no, it is excellent. I really almost wonder. Like, I'm not all for. I've said this in the past. I'm not all for sitcom continuations and reboots and stuff like that. This was excellent to the point that I'm sitting here thinking, you know, we could do another season of Seinfeld just to see how certain characters would react in certain modern day situations.
That'd be amazing.
I feel like
we need that.
Kramer would have a great time on Hinge.
We need Kramer react. We need Kramer going overboard on Amazon.
Oh my gosh. No, that is a plot to a Seinfeld episode. Kramer goes nuts on Amazon. George is conflicted about when and where he should tip.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. I can imagine now.
I don't know.
You know what? I'm writing the scene right now. Just Kramer banging the door open, Jerry's door open with 10 packages in his hand of Amazon.
Yeah.
And then set him on the table. That's exactly what would happen.
That's exactly what would happen.
And he'll be like, I bought a few things.
Kramer, do you really need all this stuff? I could just hear it. You know? You could just hear the scene
exactly. Yeah.
Out. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my.
All right.
Anyway,
that's what we got to do.
Yeah.
Steer us in the wrong direction one more time. I just got a shiny Shelmet in Pokemon Go.
Huge.
So that's cool. Anyways.
We're really procrastinating on this main event, which is Cody Rhodes and John Cena in a street fight for the undisputed WWE Championship. In which Cody
You could
Rhodes,
say they procrastinated on giving us a good match.
Oh my gosh, they really did. Because this match was excellent. I would say a 9 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Oh, okay.
10 out of 10. I mean, 9 out of 10 is good too. That's not wrong with that.
I mean, it's like I would say 9 to a 9.5. It was just a feel-good babyface versus babyface match. It was a fun brawl. I don't really know what else to say about it. What do you guys think? And we'll talk about the post-match in a minute, but...
I mean, I think that they're going to have to take that off of Cena eventually, and this was a good time, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
I wish he would have gotten it earlier, just so he had a longer reign, but I think it's just about time. And I think him kind of going back to his old ways was kind of like just kind of going back to like the heel thing, which is a flash in the pan.
Right.
But we were kind of enjoying it though at the end there.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
A lot of table spots. I really enjoyed the AA on the Cody Vader. That was phenomenal.
Sick.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The Cody Vader.
That's what it's called, man. What else happens? And to the point that Isaac was talking about earlier with Cody Rhodes getting a little bit of an edge to him, he did take off the turnbuckle pad at some point in this match. So you're not wrong, and Sami Zayn might be able to use some of that.
Yeah.
Yep. An excellent match. Was this the right call to everybody to take the belt off of Cena at this point and put it on to Cody?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Okay, yeah, I am, yeah.
Because that opens Cena up to a few other styles of matches that he can do for the last few performances he has left.
Indeed. At which point I think we had, or at this point I think we have 11 dates left,
Something like that, yeah.
which is not a lot.
No, it's not. When you consider there's still 4 months left to go.
Right. Unless they decide to do extra.
Which they might.
I don't know if they will.
We'll see.
But I don't know. What else
I was just going to mention, I really didn't love that they just kind of turned Cena face the SmackDown before.
That was something I was going to talk about with you guys.
Yeah. I didn't like that.
Sudden.
Yeah.
It almost
The way they seemed like they did it. Oh yeah, go for it.
It almost seemed like an apology.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like, let's face it, the John Cena heel run is over, and we'll talk about that here in a minute. But it felt like an apology in the sense that, like, I'm sorry, we're sorry that we pushed this far. It has not been very good. Let's face it. Let's just turn it back. Let's give the people what they want. Let's send the crowd and Cena home happy. Simple as that, I think.
Yep.
Was it awkward? Yes. Do I see strategically why we did it? Absolutely.
Yeah. Because the way they got there was quite awkward. I don't know. Did you guys see the segment on SmackDown?
I didn't.
So it was during Cody and Cena's, final face-off or whatever. Cena's just like, thank you for, putting me through the table and signing that contract, because now, it showed me who I really am supposed to be, and, like, knocked some sense into me. It's like, really? That's what did it? Okay.
Right. I think that it's the course correction that we needed at this point.
I agree.
But, Cena did a code red during this match, which was insane. And I kind of forgot about it.
I loved his expression after he hit it, too.
He was just like, oh, you didn't think I could do that. I could do that.
I still did it.
A lot of really cool moves, a lot of I don't know if that weird throat noise just came through on the podcast, but I apologize if it did. Good match. Good match. After the match, I'm just going to read the Wikipedia entry here, or paraphrase it at least. Cena picks up the title, hands it to Rhodes, essentially passing the torch to Cody Rhodes, who leaves the ring. John Cena thanks the fans. Everybody's crying. Everybody's happy. And then Brock Lesnar's music hits. Yep. Weird noise.
Was that a fair rendition?
Yeah, that's a fair rendition.
It's about as close as you can get.
Yeah. So
there's a
long story short, he dropped Cena with an F5. So, where do we want to start with our discussion here? First of all, what do we think about Brock returning?
I'm surprised, honestly.
It was definitely a surprise for a very particular reason, which I will talk about in a second. I guess.
Yep.
Do I just talk about it now?
Might as well. It's the elephant in the room.
Want to?
All right,
Yeah.
so skip ahead. If you're okay, so I guess do I have to say, is it trigger warning that I gotta kind of talk about here? We're gonna talk about some allegations of things involving assaults and all sorts of trafficking and all sorts of weird, not cool stuff. I don't know how to phrase this.
Not cool.
I mean, you know what I mean. Not good. A lot of really bad stuff that we're going to talk about here. In a way, I don't know. Anyway, Brock Lesnar was named 42 times in a lawsuit filed by a lady named Janelle Grant against Vince McMahon and the WWE, alleging sex trafficking. Period.
Yeah.
That's the elephant in the room. Here's the position that I'm going to take, and you guys are more than welcome to take it, and we can move on to the next thing. It's an ongoing legal matter. I'm not involved. I believe it would be irresponsible for me to speculate on certain things involving that. That being said, considering that this is still an ongoing matter, I don't think we should have brought Brock Lesnar back.
I'm going to piggyback on you here and say, yes, I think everything legally should be resolved or figured out before we bring him back on the main stage. I think it's really malpractice to bring him back right now. I don't know why they thought that was a good idea. Especially if, God forbid, these things come to light and, it's all true. It's like, and you let him back there, it's pretty messed up.
It's an indictment of the company at that point,
Yeah. Yeah, I think unless there's, I always stand on the innocent until proven guilty thing, right? But until there is 100% proof that he is not, that he's good, he's cleared, I don't think they should have brought him back.
Well, and the problem is, if you go and even read Wall Street Journal articles about it and all of that, there is some pretty decent proof that Lesnar is involved.
Right.
So, not proof. There is evidence to lead to that. I'm trying to cover our rear ends here.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't mean involved as in directly, as in tangentially. Just reading off of the Wikipedia article here for SummerSlam 2025. You know what? I'm not going to read that on this podcast. There was a talk of an exchange of materials, is the way that I'll phrase that. Yeah, I feel dirty talking about it. I don't think that Brock Lesnar should have been brought back. Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. That about sums it up. Really, is we're not exactly thrilled with the fact that he's back.
Yep, and we're not
don't think it was the right
to
time
talk
to do
about
it.
a legal situation, so we're just kind of hand wavy right now.
We're just three idiots that like to talk about wrestling and watch wrestling, and so we're taking what we're given.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that I want to add to that? I'm going to go with no. So the day after SummerSlam, guess what they announced, boys? WWE is moving to
real fun.
Yes. WWE pay-per-views are moving to ESPN's direct-to-consumer streaming service in April 2026. So this is the last SummerSlam on Peacock. The ESPN streaming service in question is alleged to cost $30 a month.
Oh,
Which...
That's actually ridiculous.
So, and I do want to look this up. An ESPN streaming service. It might be out. What all does it cover? What all happens with this streaming service? Because I thought it was NBA, NFL. Pretty much you get the ESPN channels and then you get some extra stuff.
That's my understanding, yeah.
I'm trying to fill in the air while I'm Googling. CNBC says, yep. About $29.99 a month. I read something that it might be bundled in with Hulu and Live TV. If you're into that sort of thing, which our family is. Yeah, I don't know. $30 is a lot.
$30 is a lot.
That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money for
$30 is a lot. I mean, what was the number? I'm going to very quickly do something insane. I'm going to pull up a calculator. So, as of this moment, okay, let's do this instead, because Peacock is soon raising their price to $9.99 a month. So, multiply that by the 12 months, comes out to about $120 a month. Sorry, $120 a year. The cost of watching WWE would triple to $30 a month. And
Please kill me.
That's just for pay-per-views and for, I think there was talk about putting some WWE programming onto ESPN itself, which is an interesting move. Given that Monday Night Football and thing, I don't know if that's a ESPN thing or if that's a NBC, CBS type of thing. But
I think it's ESPN.
Yeah, I mean, that's insane. $30 a month.
Yeah. And so I'll go ahead. I'll be the one to play devil's advocate here. Firstly, I'd very much like to say I don't agree with the $30 price tag because that's nuts. And I will not be paying for it.
Right.
But, like we said, it is our understanding anyways that you get the NBA, NHL, NFL, all that good stuff. So if you are an avid sports watcher, this is a great, I don't know if I'd say great, but this is an opportunity for you.
This is a deal.
It's a good deal. It's some
right.
It is a better deal. We'll put it that way.
Yeah.
It hurts less. But if you are not somebody that is interested at all in watching the other sports, like, I'll be honest, I watch maybe a handful of NFL games a year, handful of hockey games a year, don't watch the NBA at all. You're not this is ridiculous pricing for you if you're used to paying, $10 a month.
Right.
For Peacock. It's like, okay, I can shell that out. I'm not shelling out 30.
No, 30 is too much.
Yeah.
I think to put like a different perspective on it, I would say that I'm definitely an avid watcher. So I think that since I do watch a lot of sports and I watch pretty much every sport listed, I can see the value from that standpoint. But
Yeah.
I don't know if I need to watch every game. Like, I don't know about that, but I definitely get into the moment where I can watch a lot of games and not get bored.
Right.
So, not a bad price tag if it gets all you want. If your TV viewing is just sports and wrestling, I think it's not a terrible deal. But I also think that if you want wrestling, the fact that it's locked behind a $30 paywall and a bunch of crap you don't want, it's kind of ridiculous.
Right. And especially because, so interestingly enough, I'm doing some Googling for some extra details while we're sitting here. I do also see this article here. Paramount and TKO just reached a 7-year deal for UFC events in the U.S. So the UFC is not going to ESPN. I would even argue that if you were to do WWE and UFC under one big, and a bunch of other sports on ESPN streaming, then maybe that could be fine. But, oh my. What I'm trying to find is somebody talking about the Hulu with live TV thing, or if that was just I don't want to sign into the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah, I think that was one of them, because I saw a list, and I'll try to remember it off the top of my head, but anybody who's under cable TV, or at least Charter, YouTube TV, Hulu, and Live TV,
They get this
and there's
now,
a few other ones in there. Yeah,
so then
that's what I was thinking too, because I should be able to get it as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, so I guess
theory,
if it's included with the other ones, that's not necessarily that bad if you're doing something like a YouTube TV or a Hulu Live. Yeah, I don't think that is necessarily that bad. I don't know what that looks like, but there is no tell of what's going on with the tape library of WWE at this point.
Right.
If the tape library remains on Peacock, if it moves to Netflix, if the entire library is not accessible and they put little bits and pieces on the WWE Vault YouTube channel. But I mean, I don't know. It seems like the past few years we've gotten some serious downgrades in the accessibility of WWE content, and I am not sure how I feel about it. Because we kind of started off, streaming-wise at least, with the $9.99 WWE Network, of which the selling point was $10 a month, all the content, period, all the live events, period, $10 a month. I believe that the actual phrase used in the advertisement for it was, "You'd be an idiot if you pay anything more."
Yeah.
$30 a month is astounding. But again, if it's included with the other stuff, great. That being said, if there are those that are resourceful, and I'm sure that there are plenty of podcasts and YouTube channels around that have sponsorships that will provide access to particular software, legal software, don't worry, that can make it where it looks like your computer is in the UK. And I can confirm that you can watch UK Netflix from the comfort of your home. We don't have any such sponsorships, so I'm not saying the name of the products.
Unless
they decide they want to give us a call. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Not anytime soon. But go find you a deal with a podcast that you like, and then come back here and tell them I sent you.
There you go.
Agreed. We're just trying to help you guys out. We're trying to help you guys out.
Yeah, I mean, we all got to save money somewhere. So,
yeah, that's important.
Indeed. So, I guess I should have probably mentioned this after the Brock Lesnar thing a minute ago. Brock Lesnar has yet to return to the WWE, and John Cena is facing Logan Paul in Paris.
Yeah, pretty much.
What an interesting decision. That being said, Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre is kind of a cool direction for the title. I really dig it.
I'm cool with that. It's been a while since there's been a Drew title match.
Since the Punk
I guess
feud.
it hasn't been that long, but pretty much, yeah. Since Clash.
Clash, yeah.
This is true.
It's about time. It's about time.
About time, yeah.
Anything else from the aftermath of stuff that people want to talk about?
Did you see the segment on SmackDown between Cena and R-Truth?
Oh, didn't they like hug or something?
Not really, no.
Okay.
Kind of. It was actually pretty funny. So Cena played the... he was talking to Truth. He was like, man, didn't you turn into a bad guy and make this kid in Brussels cry or something? Like, that's crazy, man. So Cena fully threw his entire heel persona on Truth. Go watch that segment. It was really funny.
Oh, okay. Noted.
I didn't do a very good job of explaining it, but it's really funny.
Nice. Well.
Nice.
Before we get to the game, I have one more discussion point that I want to talk to you guys about regarding the wrestling.
Okay.
As of SummerSlam, technically the SmackDown before, we have come to the end of the John Cena heel turn, which we have covered on this very podcast in its entirety. Can you believe that?
It's kind of crazy.
It is. We've been going for a hot minute.
Crazy.
We've covered pretty much all of the important points. I mean, we got the initial heel turn, I believe.
Yep.
I believe we were around for that.
We did. Yes.
We did. Yeah. Okay, cool. We got the WrestleMania. We got the Punk feud. We got the Randy Orton stuff. Yeah, we really covered everything there had to do with this heel turn.
Indeed. So that being said, the heel turn turned. It came, it went. We are now on the other side of it. Going to start with Jacob. Jacob, overall, how would you grade the John Cena heel turn?
That's tough. It comes in because it kind of came in a phase. Like the score kind of varies, but overall, I don't know. I think I'm going to give it a 6. Honestly.
Oh, we're doing ratings. Okay.
Is that what you're thinking about, ratings?
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
I mean, I was thinking like a 6 rating overall. Started rough. Didn't make sense at first. Kind of built up to be better, and then now that's over, it's like I feel like he didn't do enough. I mean, I like what they did a little bit, but they didn't really do enough. So
Right.
I was hoping we would see more heel stuff happen. Like I was like, it'd be cool if he was still heel, like if he still was. I know he doesn't have much time left, but it'd be kind of cool to see him be heel for a bit longer. But yeah, six out of 10 overall.
Isaac, what do you think?
I liked the idea. I liked the initial execution. After Mania, I was kind of like, okay, not really big on it. I feel like they didn't let it breathe. You know what I mean? Like, they had 2 weeks to prepare for the Orton feud, so that basically just didn't happen.
Yeah.
What even happened after that? Was that the Money in the Bank tag match?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which was
don't care about
waste
that.
Of time.
Yep. The only thing that happened that I felt was memorable outside of the initial, turn, and I guess, he won 17, so that's kind of important, but
right.
Was the Punk feud, and specifically the reverse pipe bomb, which we were lucky enough to witness.
Right. I was going to say that I think that the Cena heel turn worked for 3 nights. The Elimination Chamber, when he actually did the turn, which I would say that if we're looking at just the turn itself and not the follow through, it is one of the greatest heel turns of all time.
Agreed.
I think it worked in Brussels for Raw for the first heel promo. And then it fell off the rails. And the only other night that it worked was in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And it might be biased because I was there, and I don't know. I think that the reverse pipe bomb was a good promo in the context of a feud with Punk. The rest of it, I don't think was very good at all. And I hate to say it.
Yep, that's where I'm at.
Indeed.
I think if there was the follow through with The Rock, it could have worked better.
And that's another part of the heel turn that just...
Dwayne didn't show up to work.
I want to know, and they're never going to touch any of this. And this is what I'm talking about when I talk about the levels of kayfabe with Unreal. They're not going to touch any of the stuff with The Rock on Unreal. They did it with the heel turn, but why did when we start talking about how The Rock fits into this story, there's so many holes that you can poke in it. And it leaves more questions than answers, and we're still there. So unless Rock comes back and clears them up, I think we've completely dropped the ball with it. Which sucks. Because that heel turn was amazing. I sat and watched the heel turn on my phone in the kitchen, and I like screamed my head off.
Nothing will ever come close to that absolute shock I felt at that.
Absolutely, and that's what it was. It was shocking.
Yeah, I remember I had a work party that night, so I missed the initial airing of Chamber. So I was trying my hardest to stay off of, Twitter and Instagram, and I succeeded. I was good. And so I got home that night, and they were still in the press conference, so I couldn't rewind it or anything like that.
Oh no.
So until the press conference was over, I had to wait for the replay to come out. The replay didn't come out until like midnight, if not a little bit after that. And so I was just sitting there agonized for multiple hours like, okay, what's happening? I can't go on Instagram. I can't go on Twitter. Can't touch any kind of socials. So I ended up waiting until midnight for it to come out. And then about 4 in the morning was when that heel turn happened. And I was just so glad that I stayed away from everything. I had to work at like 10 o'clock the next day, by the way. But I was willing to sacrifice it.
That whole segment was perfect. And
It's perfect.
Like somewhere out there's going to be a list of the greatest heel turns of all time. And like, I think that is number 2. Maybe no, I think that's number 2. Just because of how shocking it was. But the only reason that it's not number 1 is because of the follow through. Whereas number 1 would be obviously Hulk Hogan 96. With the follow up being the NWO, which was considered to be one of the best things in factions in wrestling history. So there you go.
There you go.
Well, gentlemen, we have talked about SummerSlam. We have talked about ESPN and $30 a month for pay-per-views. We have talked about some icky stuff surrounding Brock Lesnar. We have talked about Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. We've talked about Karrion Kross, who I think is actually gone from the company. Oh, and the other thing that I do want to talk about on that real quick is that some of the reports that are coming out around Kross, and I think this was Fightful, was saying that he's hearing from a lot of promoters that they don't know whether or not they can actually reach out to Karrion Kross to give him employment because they think that this whole thing is a work. So we need some clarity here. Anyway, we've talked about a whole lots of stuff, which means there's only one thing left to do, and that is the game.
The game. You guys ready?
Yep.
What an incredible image.
That's an astounding image. I wish that we were a video podcast just for that.
They made a lot of money at SummerSlam. A lot of money.
They made so much money at SummerSlam. We broke lots of records. We had the largest SummerSlam attendance of all time. That's because there were 2 nights. No, we had the largest attendance of all time for SummerSlam. You counted the same person twice for night 1 and night 2. We had the largest attendance ever for SummerSlam, and we made the most money we've ever made. Really, like, my Triple H impression is devolving into Donald Trump.
It was the greatest SummerSlam of all time. It was packed
we
with
made
lots of
so much money at SummerSlam.
It's
lots
not
of
just me
moves and
saying it.
finishers.
Other people are saying it.
Other people are saying this.
We want Kross.
Okay.
We want Kross. Oh, yes, we want Brock. Yep, that's what they all say.
You got him.
Okay, all right. I gotta stop with that.
We have a game to play.
We do have a game to play. I am the champion.
Yes, we
I am
do.
going for the longest reigning DisplayShelf Champion, which, please correct me if I'm wrong here, if I win tonight, I am the longest reigning DisplayShelf Champion, right?
You would
I
be
believe
correct,
so.
sir. You would be
Okay.
correct, sir.
So that's the goal.
Correct.
I have to win, but I have to admit, I'm a tad bit concerned. And by a tad bit concerned, I mean, I'm not scared. of Isaac. But Isaac is a heck of a competitor. So there's a little bit of concern. But I tell you what, if there's one thing in this world that I know how to do, I know my professional wrestling. So I'm hoping that this game is professional wrestling related so that I can beat Isaac and retain my DisplayShelf Championship.
Let's call back to a few episodes ago, the last time you stood tall before a game. That's all I'll say.
Indeed.
Pride
You're not
comes for
wrong.
the fall, gentlemen. You never know. You never know.
Oh, I know.
Okay. So, it is wrestling related. So that's good news for you. And
No, wait. Isaac has to.
it's-
Isaac has to cut a promo here. That's how this works.
All right. My last title opportunity, right? Should have won it. Got scammed by both the referee and the other player.
He was screwed.
Screwed, scammed, collusion. None of that's going to be taking place tonight. Therefore, I will be taking back my championship. Because I'm Isaac Bloody Podcast. And I'm always on top.
I need a catchphrase. That's brilliant. All right, let's play the game.
right. It is the SummerSlam Scrum. Not really a scrum. I just put 3 words that have S in it. So I thought that's kind of clever. So SummerSlam Scrum. So it's going to be questions about SummerSlam, past SummerSlams, wrestler SummerSlams, things like that. That we'll be talking about in this. And you'll see in the next slide, my rule is I'm going to have to use your buzzers. So get your buzzers ready. The rule is that you have to wait until I finish. Yes, that one works too. You have to wait until I finish reading the whole question and info on the question. Buzzing in is the rule.
Okay.
I don't
will use the actual buzzers.
Okay. I guess I don't have an actual champion's advantage rule. I guess I'll decide. Let me think here. What could be champion advantage?
Real quick, while you're thinking about that, in game admin, Isaac, hit your buzzer. Isaac. Garrett. Perfect.
Those are our buzzers.
As per tradition. I needed to sound check the buzzers mid-podcast because I didn't think to do it before.
So I think what I'm going to do is there will be a couple different questions that you guys will both be able to answer all the questions, what your thought would be for the question. I will give, since you're champion, I will give you a redo. So before we go to the answer, I'll let you decide you want to change your answer for the question.
Interesting. Okay.
Fair enough. Okay.
But I only get the one.
Yeah, so
okay.
If you guess the right things for one, and then say, no, I'm going to change your mind and do it, so you don't get points for that. So You got to be wise to think, go with your gut on this one.
Go with the gut. So what are the rules?
Yes. Okay. So there's going to be various questions about SummerSlam, and some will have multiple point opportunities, and some will each of the correct guesses for the point opportunities will be worth a point, and then I will allow you to take your time. You can buzz in for whoever buzzes in first. Can say their answers first, and then the next person can say their answers. But whoever buzzed in first and got it, if you got the same answer and they're both correct, the person gets an extra point for being first to buzz in and get it right. If that makes sense.
Okay, I see.
Okay.
Sorry, kind of convoluted, but It's kind of like if you buzz in and say this, and then I'll say, okay. Like for example, I'll say, okay, Isaac said this, and he buzzed in first, and then you could say, okay, Garrett, what do you think for the answer? And then you could say, I think the same thing as Isaac, and then you can do that, but you'll get one less point for saying that. If that makes sense.
Kinda. So
Makes
basically,
sense.
you're going to give
I'm
us
bad at these.
you're going to give us a question and some answers, and we're going to buzz in if we think we know the answer. And if
Yes.
whoever buzzes in and gets the right answer takes the point.
Yeah, so if you buzz in and give the correct answer or answers, then the next person will put their guesses in. And if they guess the same thing and you're both right, the person who guessed first gets an extra point.
Yes. So we can both answer the question, but whoever answers it first gets an extra point. Should that answer be correct?
The correct answer. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll try to make it make sense as it goes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We'll get there.
We'll get there.
Okay. Yes. So.
All right. I'm sorry. I'll stop. I know I said we got to cut it, but
That's okay.
you know.
You're good. You're good. Let's see here. So, first question. So, SummerSlam 2025 took place at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. East Rutherford has hosted the SummerSlam 3 other times, but not at MetLife. Can you name the arena or arenas and or years place? 1 point per correct guess. Hint: the arena has different names during each event, but they are the same arena.
Oh,
Garrett.
Jeez.
Garrett?
is one the Barclays Center?
All right, do you want to give a year as well? Or years?
Oh, the years that SummerSlam took place? Or are you looking for the name
Yeah,
of
at that arena.
The arena.
Both.
Can I guess all three with
Both
one
those
buzzer
things.
hit?
Yes, yeah.
Garrett.
Okay.
Okay. Garrett is
20. No. $1997.
So
I will
you're
leave it
saying
there.
Barclays Center 19. You're saying Barclays Center 19.
I'm not
what,
saying
was
that,
it 19 what?
that's the name of the arena that I'm thinking of. That's the current name of the arena that I'm thinking of. I don't know what it was in 1997.
1997. Okay. Now, Isaac, if I will let you guess if you can name. It's been hosted 3 other times, not at MetLife, and it was in the same arena, but the arena had different names during each event. And if you can get the year or the arena, you can maybe get more points. It's confusing. I'm sorry.
Dude, I don't even have a shadow of a clue. I don't even know. Garrett, what did you say? 97 in the Barclays Center?
I said 97 in the Barclays Center. I don't know if that's correct.
I'm going to go with that same answer just because
that's the only
strategy.
That's the only arena that I know. I'm trying to debate whether I want to go back and put in 3 years. I'm going to stick with
one
my gut.
chance.
I'm going to stick with my gut. Go ahead.
Okay. So we have SummerSlam in 1989, Brandon Byrne Arena, now known as Meadowlands. SummerSlam 1997, Continental Airlines Arena, now known as Meadowlands. SummerSlam 07, now known. That's wrong. I shouldn't say Airlines. I should say now known as Meadowlands also. So they all happened in the Meadowlands Arena. in those 3 years, but they were called different things each time. Surprisingly enough, which is kind of cool.
So Isaac gets a point and I get 2?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yes.
The Barclays Center,
Correct.
I think, is in Brooklyn, now that I'm sitting here thinking about it.
That's a good question.
But, hang on. I'm going to Google it.
Brooklyn, New York. Yep, you're right.
Yeah. Because NXT TakeOver New York... Oh, yeah, that's why. New York... TakeOver New York was there, which is one of my favorite pay-per-views of all time. And it was the TakeOver right before Mania 35, which was in MetLife.
Are you ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay. You ready, Isaac?
Yep.
Okay. We have seen the final Cena SummerSlam appearance, probably. Excuse me while I cry in a corner for a moment. Anyway, can you tell me the first John Cena appearance at SummerSlam, the year, who he faced, and the match result?
Do you need all 3, or is this like 1 point per year?
1 point for each.
Okay. Garrett.
Okay, Garrett.
I'm going to go with... I'm really thinking here. 03. Cena lost. 03, Cena won, Eddie Guerrero. I don't know. I don't know about the other two. I'm pretty sure about 03, though.
Okay, you said 03, Cena won, Eddie Guerrero?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if Eddie Guerrero and him would have been in the same orbit at that point. I'm just going off of the Cultaholic Classic SmackDown review, which they're currently in 03, but they're going into WrestleMania 03. So I don't know anything about SummerSlam at this point.
Okay. All right, Isaac, what do you think?
Well, since he sounds pretty confident about 03, I'm also going to go 03. I'm going to pull Cena lost. And I know it's probably not right, but based on the image that you used in the slide here, I'm going to say it was Hulk.
Okay, so we're in the back. So you said Hulk
So
Hogan.
03.
03.
And then Cena lost.
Cena lost. Hulk Hogan. Okay.
Did I say that he loses, or did I say that he won?
I think you said that he won.
You said lost at first, and then you said won. But you can change it if you want to. You got that? You got that opportunity to change those as much as you want before. You get one chance to change it before I go to the answer.
I'm not going to use my change here.
Okay.
I don't think it's Hogan.
So we have,
because I think
2004 Booker T. Cena wins by pin during a best-of-5 series match.
Oh, man. I was off a little bit. Yeah, because in 03, it was like proto-thugonomic Cena, where he was doing the rapping and whatnot, but he was like with a group of guys. So I was thinking maybe 03, the group of guys goes up against Eddie and Chavo, but I don't know. I was 2 years old. I was like 1.5 years old in 2003, so I don't know. But I tried.
Okay.
Using my deductive reasoning.
Right. So that would be 3-1 now. Garrett has 3, Isaac has 1.
Yep.
And we will move on. If you guys ready to move on, we can move on to the next one.
Yep.
Okay. What is a kilometer? These places could tell you. Can you name the 2 times that SummerSlam was hosted outside the United States? City/country and arena and year. 1 point each. Update. The kilometer joke is too good, I have to keep it, but it's not fully accurate after I did.
You cut out during the last bit there, at least for me.
Okay.
Yep.
So I said, where did I cut off at?
Right after the update.
Okay, I said the update. The kilometer joke is too good, I have to keep it, but it's not fully accurate after I did some research.
Garrett.
2019 was in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Wembley Stadium, 1992, in England, in the United Kingdom. Because that's Bret Hart versus British Bulldog for the Intercontinental title. Which is an excellent story if you ever go and read Bret Hart's book.
Okay. All right. So you say, you're saying, she said 1992 Wembley Stadium?
Yes.
London?
I think that's the right year.
And then what was the other one you said?
Toronto, Ontario, Canada in 2019.
Okay. I'm also now realizing that I missed one. I will give an extra point if you can get that one right. Oops. Okay. So, Isaac, what do you think?
All right, I'll pass it to Isaac because I don't know the third one.
I don't have a single clue in the world. I'm out of my depth with this question. So, whatever Garrett said, I'm going to echo that.
Okay. Okay, so also I like the isn't it like that when somebody uses bald ego as a kilometers. Did that register with anybody?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's a good meme.
This is a flop. Sorry, guys. All right, so we have Toronto. So it was Toronto in 2019. It was also 2004 at the Air Canada Centre, and London 1992 Wembley Stadium. So you were right on the earliest two, Garrett, for sure. Okay. So
cool.
You were right on those. So you get 3, and so that means you'll get 3, and Isaac will get 2 in this one.
Cool.
Put you at Isaac at 3, and then Garrett at 3 plus.
I have not been keeping track. I won't lie.
3 plus more than Isaac. I don't know. All right, I blew that.
That's crazy.
So it was city, year, and stadium for each of these, right? And I had 2, so that's plus 6 to whatever I had before.
Yes, yeah. Plus 6, and then so plus 5. Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay, welcome to Raw Down or SmackDown Raw. SmackDown and Raw are the current brands SummerSlam. But can you name the other 2 brands SummerSlam was under?
I don't know.
I think I know one of the answers.
I have an idea for one of them.
I'm going to graciously hand it to Isaac if you want to take it first.
I guess I'll try one of them.
Isaac.
Okay, Isaac?
So, Monday Night Wars.
Monday
I
Night
think that's right, but
Wars.
I don't even know if that's considered a brand or if it's just
Can I give him my redo? Because Monday Night Wars is not technically a brand. It's a documentary series. I'm giving.
That's kind of what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that because I literally don't have an even hint of another idea.
Okay. All right. I'm going to buzz in then.
Okay.
Garrett.
All right, Garrett.
ECW.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I'm going to say... NXT.
NXT. ECW and NXT. Okay, so we have ECW and 205 Live.
Oh, man. I forgot about 205 Live. Because it barely existed. Oh, man.
Should be 205 dead, honestly.
It really is. It really is. The only things that I remember happening on 205 Live was Buddy Murphy had like a half-decent cruiserweight title run. And Enzo Amore ran down the entire roster at one point and buried every single one of them.
Wow.
That's all I remember. I'm really surprised that during like 2019, 2020 that we didn't see an NXT title match on there. It strikes me as because there was an NXT title match at WrestleMania for 36 because Charlotte won the Rumble and challenged Rhea.
Yeah. I mean, as far as Google is concerned,
Yeah, I mean,
not surprisingly, but
no, I mean, like I don't think
This
that
could be
happened,
wrong.
but I'm surprised that we didn't get it. Like they didn't book it. I mean,
oh, gotcha. Okay, you ready for the next one?
or
Let's do it.
Okay. All right, thanks for playing. One more question. Who main evented the most SummerSlams in time? Hint, he made a return more recent than you think.
who main evented the most SummerSlams?
Isaac.
Isaac?
Is it Brock Lesnar?
Okay.
And I'm
Times, you think?
going to say 8. I don't know if 8's right, but
Okay. Garrett, what do you think?
I agree with Brock Lesnar. He would have been. I'm doing some mental math over here. Definitely 03, I think. Yeah, 03. Isaac, you said 8?
I said 8, yeah. Very confidently, by the way.
I'm going to go with 10.
10 times. Brock Lesnar 10 times. Right. All right. The answer is Brock Lesnar 9 times.
There's no way.
Wow.
9 times.
Could you
Split the difference.
could you regale for us the 9 main events that Brock Lesnar had, or do you want me to look it up?
I can look it up right now.
Okay. Wow, that keyboard's really coming through.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's awesome.
All right. We got 2002.
No, we lost
2012.
you entirely there.
Yeah, you're
Rip.
gone.
Okay, am I back?
Kind of.
Am I back now?
Yes.
2002 versus The Rock. 2012
That's
versus Triple H. 2014 versus Cena. 2015 versus The Undertaker.
Yep.
2016 versus The Viper, Randy Orton. 2017
was the
versus
4-way, right?
Yep, versus Roman versus Joe versus Braun. Yep. 2018 Roman Reigns, 2019 Seth freaking Rollins, and 2020 Roman Reigns again.
And then 2023, right? Or no, 2022 in Nashville.
Roman Reigns. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's the 9. That's
Cool.
the 9 times. 9. Okay. That would be 2 for I.
Good call with the 9. For some reason, I thought 03. I got this thing about 03, I guess. I just don't know what happened. It's a black hole in wrestling.
Okay. That's our final question. I am sorry. It was so good in my head. It was so good in my head. But
What was?
With a final score of 11-8, we have a retaining champion for the longest retaining champion, Garrett.
A well fought battle there, Isaac. That was a good one.
It was. You caught me on a bad topic. But I'll have you know, that championship will be coming to me more sooner than you think.
Yeah, maybe here in a couple weeks we might have a rematch, but that's if I can retain against Jacob on the next podcast.
This is true.
Speaking of the next podcast, audience, we need to have a chat. We are moving. We've confirmed this, right? I'm not insane.
Are you talking about the release dates?
Yes.
Yes, that is.
I don't know if did we confirm it? Okay.
I thought we did.
But
I don't remember if we did. Either way, it works for me, so it doesn't matter.
stamping it now. I'll stamp it now.
I already moved our podcast recording in my calendar, so I hope we did.
Oh, there we go.
That being said,
You heard it here first, folks. We've confirmed it.
we are moving. So, as you may or may not know, we record these suckers on a Sunday or a Monday, and we put them out the following Sunday. No, the following Friday. We are going to be, from now henceforth, recording them on Thursday and putting them out on Monday.
Is the target, I think.
Perfect. Yeah, that's perfect.
Perfect.
You could tell we rehearsed that. But yeah, so the bright side is you'll be getting more up-to-date podcasts with us. We'll have recorded them just before SmackDown, and you'll be able to ingest them hopefully before Raw. So there you go. That's not bad. I don't think that's bad. Instead of what we're doing now, where it's like everything's a week out of date because Garrett works full-time and needs time to edit.
Indeed.
Indeed.
So with that being said, make sure you pay attention to our socials to receive updates on this new format. So that way you're not sitting there on a Friday saying, hey, where's the next Display Shelf episode? You can pay attention to our Twitter or our Instagram to know that it's on Mondays. So Twitter would be at Display Shelf Pod, and the Instagram would be at Display Shelf Podcast. You may find some other fun stuff on those platforms as well.
Like pictures of toys.
So there you go. Like pictures of toys and other stuff.
And we're definitely
Not pictures
throwing
of
up
other stuff, not necessarily.
that Triple H picture with the money. That was a good one.
That's happening. Yep, I've already planned it.
That's happening. So yeah, the game has concluded, and thus so has the podcast. We thank you for listening. We hope that you like, share, and subscribe. And go follow us on social media at the platforms that Isaac just said a minute ago. And yeah, thank you for listening.
Thank you very much.